Yes.
Okay. Right then.
Yeah.
Well done,
Right,
team.
really finally.
Let's go.
It's a bit. Okay. I just want to make sure this is comfortable for me, you know?
Well, who does the intro?
Me, I
Kesi does the
intro. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to episode 132 of Hype and Then Some.
Yo.
We are back in the building once again. For those who are on YouTube, you can see that we are in the nicer room. It's gonna need me one.
Yeah.
Well, is it nice today?
It's.
No, but the AC's on
I
now.
think the AC's on.
Finally. AC's on now.
I can't feel it.
It's fine.
That's a shame.
I can't feel shit today, man.
That's a
What's going
shame.
on?
Can't smell nothing.
Can't smell, can't
Yeah.
feel, can't.
When there'll be
To
something that
rise
we'll be talking
up.
about, right?
I don't know what that is.
Dude,
Oh,
that's what I was
yeah.
gonna say.
Can we get into introductions, please, before
Let's
we start
go.
diagnosing? I am Kesi, aka Case Boogie in the cut. What it do?
And it's your boy, Mr. Tariba Shamati, for damn well nasty.
And it's Mr. MBT, the world boss.
And we have a guest in the building
Yes,
with
we
us
do.
today.
Superstar guest.
A superstar, an artiste.
Yes.
One would say it's art, not fashion.
Exactly.
Mr. Art by Trap. Do we still do that? We calling it that?
Nah,
Is that in there?
We'll get into
We'll come to
We're
his
gonna go
name.
through the journey.
Art by Trap, also known as Mr. Stay Balanced, also known
Yep.
as the CEO, founder, creative director,
Yes.
artiste with the
Yes.
mosties.
Designer.
Come on,
That, I was gonna say, I was waiting
heavy
to drop
on
that in there.
designer.
Designer, artist,
Watch
entrepreneur,
connoisseur.
Okay, come
the
on.
whole thing.
Watch
Come
connoisseur.
on, Mr.
Yeah.
Fey
Wine
Badejo, Fey in the building. Welcome. Hey.
That was crazy story.
Good
though.
intro.
Yeah, man, that was
Thank
a good
you.
one. You know on LinkedIn where you got like PhD, MHD,
All of that.
all
at the
that.
top, innit?
It's the artiste with the
You have to,
most.
man.
Hey.
You have to. You have
I
to.
ain't even put the LLB.
There
we go.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling, man. How are you? Like?
We're
Yeah,
good,
doing
man.
good.
Thank you for joining us,
Happy
man.
Sunday, no?
Happy
Yeah, man.
Sunday. I was going to
Indeed.
say thank you for asking. No one ever asked us how we're doing.
Nah.
That's actually true, you know. We just
Sure.
get on with the podcast. No one
Sure.
really cares. That's why.
Wow,
man, people
brother.
care, but like some people are just more used to it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's true.
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 Some of you guys are sad people.
All right.
I'm
There are
serious.
guests.
Yes,
bro.
but you need to check out how we're doing.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. Let's just get straight into it. So, Fey is an artist
Yes.
of the brand Art Not Fashion. Fey, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and the
And your
brand?
brand.
So I think there's me as an artist, and then I guess with the brand it's more creative direction now.
Okay.
And I think with the Art Not Fashion brand, it's not full on designing like fashion design.
Okay.
There's elements of it. Obviously, I do that like with other things, but I think with the brand, it's more creative directions and then kind of picking artwork or arts like images that work with the brand. So I'm guessing at some point we'll get on to talk about the brand.
Yeah.
And how it came
Sure.
about. So I guess that's the distinction that there's the brand which I'm like founder and creative director for, which is Art Not Fashion, and then there's me as an artist in the general sense.
Yeah.
I create and I do other things because a lot of the stuff I create doesn't necessarily coincide with the brand.
Okay.
Fair.
True.
Fair.
Because
I hear
they're
that.
separate. But I think it's because of how the brand's kind of come along or how I've developed as an artist. It's only now like I can kind of separate and make those distinctions. I get why people just look at everything as one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's just been the journey. But
Yeah.
I guess now it's kind of setting that tone and telling that story to say that
They're
there's
two
two
different
things going on here.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
when things go
I like that, you know.
Okay.
I like that.
So,
All right. Art Not Fashion, period.
So are we gonna go into the quick
Just
fire
before we
questions?
do, I just want to shout out myself for sporting
Okay.
this
I hear
Art
it.
Not Fashion sample.
Can you imagine?
I
I just want to shout
Case
myself,
got the
bro.
sample,
Innit?
but,
Leave her.
but, but she,
Period.
you know why she could talk her shit?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Can I swear?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
of
go
course,
for it, man.
because-
Feel free.
Because so basically, because I create the artwork in general, I'd kind of the whole process of the image work is all me.
Yeah.
But Case is the only person that gets involved in that process.
Period.
That's
Every
actually
now
sick.
and then,
It's sick.
I need like some graphic work done. So,
Yeah.
because I'm not a graphic designer. So that's something I'll probably get into. Like,
Yeah.
pet peeve, there's a big distinction. I am not a graphic designer. I ain't gonna make you a logo.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about.
It's not an easy thing.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know how
not
to
easy.
use Illustrator. Like,
Okay,
I don't know nothing like that.
You're just an
I'm
artist,
just an
and
artist.
then
So some things, there are times where I need something to be digitalized from the original artwork I've created. And Kesi is the only person
That's been able to execute.
that's
that.
it.
that
Period.
Okay,
Have
we'll blow the trumpet for you.
So that the image on her flower that she's showing off, that's her work as well. So
Lovely.
And it's a sample.
it's hers just as much as mine. So.
I love that.
And it's
I
a
love
sample,
that.
guys. This is
It's
a
a
sample.
sample.
Yeah, period. 101.
Yeah,
101, yeah? 101, yeah.
So are you going to eventually release something similar out?
Yes, I think so the reason that's not come out is the sample is to decide with that image what direction. So that's a transfer on there. So you can do a transfer, you can do DTG, or we can go embroidery. But sampling and kind of picking out what process to use with, so the fabric and the top as well, the size, and that's fine. And now it's like deciding if you want to go like a transfer.
Yeah.
You want to do
like I said,
embroidery
DTG,
or
DTG is that screen print.
Yeah, it's like a
like
printer.
the one-
direct to
kind of-
garment.
So the finish is similar to this, but this as well as a transfer.
Yeah.
Okay.
They look
Oh,
very
wow.
similar.
That's a transfer.
Yeah, that's
DTG, is that what we did with
That's
the
what we
hoodies?
did with the
Yeah,
hoodies.
Got it.
Is that what we
that's
did?
direct,
Yeah, we did DTG, but it
And
was
then
puff printed.
Top print on
Yeah,
back, but it was DTG on the front.
Yeah.
DTG on the front. So there's lots of little subtle things, but I think the reason you kind of need to put aside, obviously, you want to think about the price, quality, and also just what looks better. So every finish is different. So I think sometimes because if you go embroidery, it tends to be more expensive.
Yeah.
Which then means you have to sell it for more. Then you have to think, oh well, even if it's worth it, you have to think, do I have the market for it to pay the price? So that's why, like, you do the sampling and you get a feel of it. So it's probably gonna be DTG or transfer in the end, because then you have to think with tank tops, people want to kind of wear it a lot.
Yeah.
They're gonna wash it a lot.
Yeah.
So
What does that look
transfers
like?
or DTG, it doesn't matter where you get. It doesn't matter if it's Balenciaga or Primark.
Yeah.
At some point, it's gonna fade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
The difference is if it's Balenciaga, it should
Fade
get
as quick
about.
as-
It shouldn't fade as quick.
Yeah.
30 washes or whatever from it. If it's Primark, boy,
Barely one.
Day.
you might get
Say
fired.
bye.
But
Not only did Kesi get this beautiful sample, just to say,
I don't have mine.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We've blown your.
also
We've
got our
we-
own
we-
over here too.
Come on, Mr. Arnold Fashion.
He came with some
Blessing us
gifts.
in the
Thank you,
building.
appreciate that, man.
no, it's
You see, how many guests do we have
Nike.
that come here and be blessed? Relax.
Okay.
Wait, for context, Tobi is the head honcho captain of the Nike hate train.
Yeah,
And
man.
he's been
I don't
driving-
hate Nike.
You must.
No.
We just gotta have a conversation.
I like it.
At some
Nike.
point, you know.
No,
I
big
love
time.
Nike. I'm
How
with
many-
Nikes.
no,
I
no,
love
no,
Nike,
and so
but
what
we got a
doesn't mean you must
conversation
like
to
them.
have.
What did they do to you?
I got gifted trainers one time.
And they were the trainers he wanted.
Yes.
And they didn't like.
They didn't
Nah,
want to
man.
say, hey, bro,
Ah,
we're
they
sorry,
did
man.
for the fam.
It didn't hurt me because I don't like Jordan 3s anyway.
Anyway,
like
big
that,
shout out
so.
to Nike.
Yeah, shout out Nike though, yeah.
Bless
No, don't
you.
say shout out Nike.
They did it for
They don't
Honestly,
like
like,
you.
move on. Can we get into
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, cool. So we're gonna go into the quick fire questions.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you. Actually, all of us will ask the question.
Okay.
Might as well. There's three. So you might
I
as
have
well.
a bonus question to ask, so maybe I can ask the second one if you
Okay,
don't
that's
mind.
fine.
Thank
All
you.
right, I'm gonna ask this question because obviously I'm interested in it. What would be your dream watch? As you
my
are
dream watch.
a
My
watch
one
connoisseur.
dream watch. Yeah, it's. See, I don't have one. So can I say three? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
I
cool.
need. I want. Do you know where it is? So, for example, like.
It's not
Okay,
easy.
I'm trying to. Yeah, it's not my favorite
wait,
watch. My
wait.
favorite watch
Okay.
is the day date, the anniversary.
Okay.
The rose
The
gold
white
with the
gold.
green. Oh, the white gold.
White gold's my
I hear
favorite.
it. I hear it. Not many people.
got the green face.
That's the-
Yeah, they've
that's the
yeah.
olive dial, the green olive, but I like the white gold.
Not many people like the white gold. Everyone goes to the rose
Yeah,
gold.
many people aren't me. That's
Hey,
I hear it.
I
hear it.
difference, but I like the white gold's my favorite.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
one of my close friends, he's got one, so
Gold.
I've got to like see it and I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's happening.
I can see that.
yeah.
Okay.
So I think the white that's my favorite watch. So let's say my dream watch. Obviously, I've got others that like I really like. So I would say Daytona, but the white dial, ceramic bezel, with Rolex. So Rolex, take the white gold out the way, take the Daytona, and it will probably be the Batgirl. So GMT blue back, but with the Jubilee brace.
Okay.
I'm gonna get that this year.
That's it.
I've got other things to sort out, which is why I haven't bought any watches. I'm gonna get that this year, and I think with AP, the Royal Oak's really all I like.
I hear it.
So the stainless Royal Oak, whatever dial, I don't really mind.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not too fussed. And I think with Patek, so the Aquanaut's actually my favorite Patek.
Really?
Green's my favorite color, so I want to
started something here.
Wait, Aquanaut, is that rubber? Is that the rubber?
Yeah, that's the one.
I told you. I told you.
It does come in. You can't get.
I know, but this says
the milk.
I already
bracelet.
said that the
Dead,
rubber
man.
strap is the best
I
one.
want it with either like a orange
the orange strap
or the green strap.
Okay.
And then the Nautilus, obviously.
Yeah.
We just have to have that. And then a Vacheron, Constantine overseas.
Okay. All right.
So,
Expensive.
but
There's many.
there's like all the different brands that I like. Yeah, like
It's
if
long.
I start, I
It's long.
don't even need to go.
Yeah, that's why I
It's
said
long.
let's
It is long.
in
It's long.
for you
But
to
yeah,
get
the
into
white
it.
gold.
Yeah.
Okay, cold.
Sick.
Cold. Go on, Toby. What's your question?
Oh, I was gonna ask. So, which artist inspires you the most?
So I always split this when people ask me because because one, I'm a fan of art.
Mm-hmm.
So I like art, but there's artists that inspire me, but my love for them doesn't translate into my work.
Okay.
So they don't inspire my work,
Yeah.
per se, because you won't see it in the work, but they inspire me in terms of their approach. So for example, Kehinde Wiley,
Okay, yeah.
he's big up there. Toyin Dutola, she's big. Kerry James Marshall, they're big. Kehinde Wiley, for example, I don't paint portraits.
Okay.
He did that exhibition in what was that museum called? The one by Trafalgar Square.
National Gallery.
National Gallery. Yeah,
National
he had an
Portrait Gallery.
exhibition
Yeah, 'cause
there.
they paint big portraits. He painted the Obamas, for
Wow.
example. So they're so he does really grand paintings, but he remixes old Renaissance kind of paintings, so
Sick.
masterwork,
Yeah,
but
it's
he
cold.
makes it modern with like black faces. So I like the approach of looking at old work and then making it your own. But
Yeah.
I don't paint portraits, so how it might look, it will be inspired by something old, but I'll do it my way.
Yeah.
So I like that approach of taking something directly, like people who influence my work would be more Cause,
Oh, okay.
Basquiat,
Nice.
George Kondo
Okay.
heavily, and then Kandinsky and Rothko because colours. If you look at my work, there's a lot of colours and
Yeah.
colours. So understanding colours and that relationship and how it makes me feel, that's big.
I really like George Condo's work. That was a good one. It's a good
So
shout.
like
He
the
did
abstract
one,
kind of way.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
if you look at his work and look at my work,
Yeah.
if you pay attention, you probably see he's
Some
probably the biggest
similarities,
influence
Really?
in my approach and how I work. Like, because he draws a lot, so he sketches and draws.
Yeah.
And then sometimes turns it into painting. So if you look at it, there's always like line, like sketches kind of work. So if you see it, you'll see
Cool.
the influence.
Interesting.
Okay,
I had a bonus question, but I think I'm going to save it. My last question is, if you could wear one clothing brand for the rest of your life, what would it be? Only one. I don't want to hear 3 this time either.
Oh man, clothing. So not footwear.
No.
Nope.
I thought
Cool, you saved me a bit there.
Okay.
We're talking clothing. This is crazy. Do you know what? Yeah, I have to pick a good line and say I'm gonna have to stick with Zara.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting that.
No one would.
I wasn't
But
expecting
remember,
Okay.
you have to pick one.
Yeah.
That's true.
You need an all-rounder.
And you need it all around.
can help
Yeah.
you out in
it. It's
any situation.
versatile. It's versatile.
And you have to forgive me. It's not how I move, but the dupe kind of thing.
No, it makes sense.
It
It
do be
makes sense.
slapping that like.
It does.
If I can't, if I
Yeah.
can't go get the Izzy Miyake, please,
Yeah.
I need access.
Exactly.
So,
I never thought about it like that as well.
I
never thought about it like that. Because it will give you everything.
You're brave for saying that. To a lot of people won't say that.
Hey, listen.
It will give
Obviously,
you
I got
everything.
the options. I don't have to.
Yeah. Exactly.
It fucks me up. It's like,
Then what
Yeah.
can I do?
Right,
Let me
right.
go
Everything
there,
in
yeah.
Zara comes from
somewhere,
inspired
right.
It
from
make
the runway
it makes
anyway.
sense.
Yeah,
It makes
exactly.
sense. So
So-
at the end of the day, you are gonna be wearing everything anyway.
Yes, I'll still step out and you know what I mean. Like I got my watch on, I got the kicks and
Yeah.
At
Okay,
least we didn't
fine.
ask him
Got
that
it.
question about the watches
If
and
I
the
said
kicks because that
all-rounder,
would have been it.
yeah.
that one I would have pleaded fifth. I'm not.
That would have been it. That would have been it.
Okay, cool. Let's get started with today's episode. I
Yeah,
feel
man.
like it's that time, and I'm very excited today because it's always fun to do different editions
Yeah.
of our favorite part of the show. Well, my favorite part of the show to talk about at least. Anyway, it is tables, trainers.
Trainers, tables.
However, it's with a twist.
Yeah,
As we
it
have a
is.
guest, and he is an artiste with the most teeth, many things
Yep.
to show. Okay, for those who don't know, Feyi actually had an exhibition not too long ago. So
Yes,
we've
good.
seen some of these pieces in person already. However, we are blessing you here with a little mini exhibition, one would
Yep.
say, of Feyi's, some of his favorite pieces that he has created with his bare hands. Okay, in some cases, he has even been commissioned to make some of these pieces. But
Yep.
we'll get straight into it. If you are listening, it will do you well to come on down to YouTube Town where you can see these pieces. In a what?
In a real life.
Thank you very much. Feyi, we've asked him to bring some of his favorite pieces here. So we are going to start.
No, let him pick.
Okay. Feyi,
Where do you want to start?
yes, please. Give us an
Alright,
introduction as
so-
well.
Do you know what? So they said I needed to bring 3 pieces
Mm-hmm.
because I'm an artist. As well. The paintings, I'm sorry, they were not gonna make it. Because
I don't know why.
Walking around
No,
with
it's
paint.
okay.
The stress is, yeah,
It's
they
too
weren't
much.
gonna make it. So obviously, there's the Instagram stay balanced. There's my web. If you want to see the paintings,
Yeah.
the caveat is you seeing them in person is
Yeah,
different.
Yeah, it is.
100%,
It is.
100%.
It
It's a
is.
totally different feel. But to get an idea of where it is, because I think my paintings are very unique. It's so different. So
Yeah.
you really need to kind of see the paintings, and that's like when I paint and canvases, I work in a totally different way
Yeah.
compared to. But I did bring pieces to kind of more show my versatility
Mm.
and the
Sick.
story. And I think each piece is unique and tells something unique, and it shows I can work in different ways.
Okay.
So I will start with
Wanna
the
start?
simple ones. Let me start with the
The mask?
balaclava.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Right, could you show that to your camera, please, Feyi? Let's talk a little bit about this.
So I
piece right
brought
here.
I brought the balaclava because it's very simple and it's
Okay.
fun. And I think the reason it's important to me is sometimes when I create, I think it's great to create by doing something that's very simple but
Yeah.
fun and straightforward. It translates well and it's just very cool.
Right.
There's no like in-depth story. There's nothing. But the story behind it is because I'm Yoruba, so one of my favorite musicians, period, is Lagbaja.
Oh, 100%.
Yep.
So there's a massive whenever I do things and I need to pick a soundtrack and stuff like that, I always try
It's from him.
I try to use music to kind of show people where
And
I'm
that's
from.
what
Yeah.
you're playing.
Yeah, so like even this, I done a little reel. I chose Surulere at the Paris Fashion Week. My music was Conco Below.
Hey.
It was the soundtrack of
I love that.
saying everything
Love it.
because I think I always want to kind of take my heritage with me to
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
And I think the vibrancy of my work, the colors, the brightness, the joyousness of it comes from being Yoruba.
Mm.
Okay.
And so I think he wears a mask, and I think towards my exhibition I was like, I want to kind of show people my heritage and where I'm from and things that inspire me beyond art,
Yeah.
just in general life. And I said, what can I do? And I said, why don't you try to customize a balaclava and see how that goes and where it looks? And you know, like with balaclavas, I feel like there's an allure in it, and something like when people put it on, if it's cool, there's just that mystique.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
mystery
There's
behind
the
it.
mystery behind it.
got
Who's
you.
behind the face? Like, what are they trying to say? So I'm
Mm.
like, people buy into that and they just think it's cool. Sometimes I laugh because I get people hitting me up for, but I'm like, I mean, like, be for real. Like,
Wait, would you ever make this part of your collection as well? So that people
yeah,
ready
so
to wear
I
piece.
think so how I work is if I do it by hand, so paint it by hand,
Yeah.
it's always one of one. It's
Yeah.
piece
Yeah.
unique, right?
Mm.
So this balaclava, I can't even do this again. If I,
Yeah.
I don't even remember I don't remember. I was just mixing
Just
colours
in it.
and
Yeah.
doing things like that. So even if you ask me for something like this, it's never gonna look like this.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was doing.
I hear it.
And but in terms of like, I could turn kind of this into a print. Would I? So I'll do balaclavas, but it'll be more from like maybe something I do graphically.
Yeah.
So like a design, and then we'll turn it graphically.
Mm.
For now, I don't know. I'm not
Yeah.
too sure. I don't want to overthink it. I kind of just
Guess watch this space.
yeah, watch this space. It might come, and I think that's the fun thing about the brand, because
Okay.
art's the centerpiece or the center theme for the brand.
Yeah.
there's no limitations in terms of products.
Yeah.
So the products are more about what's convenient in the moment or what
Yeah.
makes sense, what I can actually, what I have the capacity to do.
Yeah.
Less so what is it. So t-shirts, I just started with t-shirts because the artwork looked cool on t-shirts.
Yeah.
And t-shirts are easy. Any time of the year, people wear t-shirts.
Yeah.
No matter
It
if
makes
rain,
sense.
snow, sleet. You need
Yeah.
t-shirts, winter, summer,
Facts.
wherever. So people buy tees all year round.
Yeah.
And people want something that's cool. That's the only reason I started with t-shirts. Not
Mad.
so going forward, you expand. So I can put artwork on skateboards and sell it with a brand.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's very Supreme-esque
Mm.
in terms of
How you
do
can
manage
approach
to-
things.
Yeah.
how you can
I like
approach
that.
things and pick a product.
I love the process.
So that's that. So the next one.
Okay.
Let me talk about the jacket.
Okay.
So the jacket as well. So this is where it's a mixture of where I mix the world of like design with art.
Was this the one in the center of your exhibition?
Yeah, this is one of them. So the
Those
second
two,
one, I actually gave it. They used it in a movie.
Oh wow.
Okay, just a light.
So
Sorry,
Wait,
yeah.
Can you say what movie it is just yet?
No, not
Okay,
yet.
cool. All right.
So
Mad.
someone
To say
they
exclusive.
started for some actor in a movie. So I actually don't even have it. But this is the
Wow.
one I actually wear. So I wear this one. The other one, prior to giving it to them to use in the movie, was just displayed in the exhibition, and I
Yeah.
wore it for the promo video.
Yeah.
I actually don't wear it.
Wow.
So this one, the unique thing about this, so the artwork you guys can see, this is all done by hand. So I
Wow.
painted this by hand, used fabric paint. But the jacket itself was designed and made to size. So this jacket
serious?
is my jacket.
Mm.
So it's my size and measured and everything.
Oh.
And picked fabric. So if you look at it, there's no tags, there's nothing. It's
Yeah.
the original
So that's a sample itself. as
sample
well.
itself and made jacket. And then I painted on it. So
Wow.
that's where you kind of mix the process. So like it's like even when I wear it, it's like not cropped, but it's kind of like a
Yeah, it sits at your waist.
short jacket. It's to your waist. The way it fits the shoulders, the lengths, everything.
Nice.
So it's different. So even cutting the sleeves, just those little features. Because usually
Yeah.
when I wear jackets like this, I roll up the sleeves
Yeah.
to show my watch.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my style.
Mm.
So just being able to do those types of things. So that's why it's quite unique. And especially in the sense. So when people, I think, when people see it, they'll be like, "Oh, they want a jacket like this."
Yeah.
So I have to explain to
You
them
know
the
what I mean?
jacket
Say a
itself,
jacket like this.
I created this jacket.
without the artwork is gonna cost you.
Yeah.
On
Because
top
it's
with the
original.
jacket.
And then on top of the artwork, because me using them paint, this is the same as me painting on a canvas.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's literally the same. So think carefully
Before you ask.
Before you ask.
before you ask. Because the jacket alone cost me. It cost me a lot of money just to
Yeah.
make the jacket with my
Yeah.
artwork, and then the time it takes to put that.
Course.
And I always tell people with this sort of thing, like I've not even used that. I won't repeat the artwork.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if you get something like this,
It's a
you're
one-on-one.
literally going to be the only person that's going to have it.
Mm.
So did you go through many iterations before creating that jacket? Or-
Nah, so I think luckily my friend who done it, he's an expert.
Yeah.
So it was just a couple simple measurements. Told him I kind of want something.
Yeah.
of this kind of ilk, kind of this, and he kind of knew and figured out. And I was just, and he dropped
Sick.
it. So I think he cut up. I think he made 3. So I customized 2, and then he kept 1.
Oh,
Nice.
God.
So the last one would
On
be
the pedestal 2D.
Okay, on the pedestal today.
So the third one, do you know what? You guys are lucky I even have these because he needs to come get them back off me.
Oh, serious?
So I've only brought one of them. So this is, I guess, one of my biggest moments so far when New Balance commissioned me to
Sick.
create custom boots for Bukayo Saka.
Cool.
So I think.
Sorry, Faye, could you say that again, please?
Oh,
I actually think
yeah. Do you know what?
back.
It's true.
Custom boots for Bukayo Saka.
Right.
So yeah, BS7. So people are I need to ask, how did that come about?
Yes, please.
Long story short, someone in this team is good friends of mine and they're around me. So we're good friends now, but they got introduced to me because they saw my art and they're into art. So we kind of had a friendship and relationship from there. So I was cool with them before this even came about, but they around B. I'm not gonna say who he is and stuff
Yeah,
like
of
that.
course.
But
Yeah,
they're
shout out to
around
them.
him. So I think what New Balance wanted to do. So they wanted to, if you look at the back, so it's got his kind of symbol and his
Yeah.
logo. So they wanted to introduce that.
Okay.
for him. So if you know, Sterling's got his one,
Okay.
Of course. sure.
Sane's, they're brands at the
Yeah.
end of the day. So they went to introduce it, and I think he was playing. He was up for, I think, his 100th senior cap for Arsenal
Mm.
as well. So they wanted to do something special. So they said, let's do some custom boots for him. And lo and behold,
They came to
the
you.
opportunity landed at my feet.
I remember the game when he played it.
Yeah, Leicester against
Yeah.
boy didn't score.
Ah.
Scored the game before and the game after. I said, nah.
Nah, it would have been a great shot.
Yeah,
Would have
yeah.
been a
He
great
scored
shot.
in these. He had to take them off and kiss them. But no, so they told me to do 2 boots for him. So this is one pair. This is the blue pair. So I call this pair the pair that kind of symbolizes his journey with Arsenal up until that point. So I don't know if it's changed, but by then he had only won 2 medals,
Okay.
which was FA Cup and Community Shield. Or 2 cups. I was like, but I gave him 2.
Yeah.
I was like, but cool. I think it was just those 2.
Right.
And if you know B, he's Arsenal through and through. So Aland.
Okay.
So I put the postcode. So the puzzle, if you see the puzzle, is like piecing together a
Yeah, I saw
journey.
that,
So
yeah.
that was just me thinking creatively. The blue, the colors of like, they're not just any blue. So
Okay.
I've specially picked out the blue. Of course, you had the red. So he's number 7. So that was him becoming number 7. So the medal. So it's just little things to dictate the journey. And then this portrait was a picture on his Instagram of him in the youth academy.
All right.
Wow.
So I kind of put it there. I was lazy, so I wasn't gonna paint the face. And the caption was "Kid with a Dream."
Okay.
So which is why I put "Kid with a Dream." So
That's
this
cool,
just showed his Arsenal journey up until that point, because I had to be very creative, because when you work with brands as an artist, there's like all sorts of like limitations in terms of rights and
Right.
really?
Kinda
rights and
can't.
stuff. Yeah.
Got it.
So because I have a legal background, the first question is what can't I do?
Yeah, of course.
Forget what I can do. Tell me what I can, and say, okay, no trophies.
Oh,
So I
serious.
couldn't put images of trophies.
Yeah.
Which is why I had to go with the medals.
Yeah.
Stadiums.
Oh, you can't do that either.
So I couldn't paint stadiums. So
Yeah.
couldn't paint like Emirates or anything. Could even do an image of kind of a stadium. Like there was like if you don't have to, please don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's
So-
other things like writing Arsenal,
Oh, okay.
writing
Can't-
Emirates, doing all these things, because brand
You
to
you'd
brand
have
is
the
different.
rights. Yeah, you'd
It's
have the rights to
different.
that.
Makes
Kind
sense.
of.
Okay, fair. Because
It go-
New Balance.
yeah, it goes into a
Got
different
it.
realm when
Got
it's a
it.
brand. If it was just me as an artist just doing it and having
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
it's a different question, isn't it?
course.
So Emirates might not think to sue,
Yeah.
but
Oh.
when it's
Okay.
New Balance,
They just might.
they just
Yeah,
might,
yeah,
because
yeah,
there's
yeah.
always questions about commercial, like
Yeah.
how
Got
much
you.
money
Yeah, exactly.
directly or indirectly
Course.
could they make out of it. So it was really
Wow.
fun to do that. Obviously, the bag was decent.
Praise him up. Praise him up.
So
Yeah, man.
these are the blue ones. There was the other pair are red. So his middle name's actually Moses,
Okay.
which is why I went with red. So if you look at the image, there's like the design element. It looks like waves, and there's like an image of
Oh,
like
sick.
Moses
Ah, it's like the
parting
Red Sea. Cold.
Hey.
So if
I
you
like
go on my
this.
Instagram and pay attention,
Yeah,
you see it. But that's why I say some like. I think even when I do customs in general, my design mind's always thinking about how to make it. Like I don't, because when I got this house, so I asked him, "What do you want? What ideas do you have?" He's all talking Central Sea and stuff. Like
Oh, okay.
But you know what is? He's young. Like
Yeah.
people actually
Yeah.
forget
Yeah,
that. Actually,
exactly.
So like how he sees
How
the
old is
world.
It's completely different.
He's at 21 now. 20.
Oh my God, he's a
Damn.
baby. Okay,
So
fair.
he's
fair.
actually young. So his ideas are like he wants something mad, colourful,
Yeah.
this and that. So I hear that, man.
All right, sorry.
I'm going this way.
I
I'll take this
said,
blue.
I said, I just want you to feel involved, but I hear it. Because remember, like as well, for someone like him, I have like a 0 to no profile.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So, because he said the funniest thing, he said he went on my Instagram and he was like, I just saw bare drip.
fair.
He don't even know if I'm a artist. Like he said it to my bedroom to be like, bro, like, is this guy gonna even be able
Do
to
what I
do
need
the
to
job
do?
and do what I need him to do? Like, I'm just seeing bare drip and whatnot. Because this was last year, so up until that point, I didn't done my exhibition.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
There wasn't
Okay.
that level of like art
Both,
content
yeah.
on my page.
Fair.
So my bedroom was like to him, oh, like, listen, I'm telling
He
you,
knows what
Trust
he's
me.
doing.
Yeah.
he's got this. And he was like, cool. So that's why it's good to have people vouch for you. as
Oh,
well.
100%, man.
100%.
It was like,
That's
so those are the more interesting. I guess these things maybe show more of my artistic approach. And with the brand, I didn't need to bring anything for the brand more because I bought the stuff and
Love
I'm
that.
wearing a t-shirt and that type of thing. But I guess it's to just show the range.
Yeah.
No, even it shows a bit of your journey as well, like
yeah.
how
100%.
versatile you are as well.
And I guess so I guess this was my first big moment as an artist, and I think this was March last year or March last year, and so that was the big part, and then things have happened after that. So, but yeah, I think it's so far I've probably done like 3 commissions.
Wow.
But this is my first commission.
Nah, thank you for
So my moments are crazy. Like my first ever commission was with New Balance.
Yeah.
and which was massive.
Big,
and
man.
The bag was.
Raise it up once again. Come on.
What I wanted to ask you is painting a football boot, knowing the material. How was that
Hell.
for you?
Hell.
Because I'm looking, I'm like, what type of
was that?
Hell.
scary? How many layers you had to do
Hell,
to even
hell.
get it the way you
It
wanted
looks good. It's not practical. It looks good. So I'll tell you, listen, the joke is, I'm honest, innit? That because they wanted him to play in them. So the first thing is, like I said, when you customize and you do this, you need to know your material.
Right.
Yeah.
You need to know what paint to paint on the material. It's like what you used to paint a wall is not the same thing you used to paint a door. And you need to kind of learn all these things. Worst thing to paint on if you want it to be functional, plastic and rubber. Because it's not porous. The paint's not going to adhere.
Yeah.
It's like a shiny surface.
Right.
And the second it bends or there's any friction, it
Starts cracking, starts peeling.
There's nothing you can do. 2, he's a footballer and he's running around at the highest level. It's intense. He's going to be kicked throughout the game.
Yeah.
It's kicking, all of that, scratching. It's like a car.
Yeah, long day.
The car could look fine. The paint's all right until someone gets a pen. And scratches.
Exactly.
I hear it.
It's going to scratch up. There's nothing you can do to
Right.
protect
Exactly.
against.
Yeah.
You can protect against rain touching it and it coming off. So I've painted it. I've done everything. Done the prep, tried to sand it, do this. But you don't want to. Leather's fine. So, but footballers don't play in leather anymore.
Yeah.
All the boots
Time's
out
gone.
now are not leather. They're
Yeah.
all kind of plastic, rubberish, super light. If you feel that, it's kind of like, bro, it's like nothing. It's
Yeah.
leather, like, there's nothing there. So I've said to them, boy, I'm going to get paid regardless.
You need to know.
Yeah, the dotted contract signed, and I needed that money. So and the invoice period was long. I was like, bruv, I need them thousands. No, you're not telling me wait 30 days. I said, you know that I built my head was hot.
Run it up.
I said, what?
Nah, come on.
I said,
It's done
listen,
now.
Oh,
hey,
man.
so I said to them, I'm going to do my best,
Yeah.
but
Oh, so did you tell them that there's a
I
possibility?
gave them. No, I said
It's
it's
a
not
guarantee.
possibility.
It's guaranteed.
This is happening.
You know what?
That's
Do you know what? I respect that
matter
because,
what.
You must.
like, I'll put myself in that situation. I don't know if, like, obviously, because you don't know how they would respond to that.
Yeah.
So it's good that you're able to say, you know what? Yeah, I'm
No,
not
wait
gonna
to
lie.
sign a contract first. Obviously.
Oh, yeah. You can't do that.
And then say, by the way.
By the way, this is not gonna last.
So yeah, I slipped that in when I gave it to
Okay.
them. But PO's already set. 100% what's been done. So when I went to deliver it, I was like, what it is,
Right.
This ain't gonna last.
This. But I was like, do you know what? I thought he might get a game out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, and it'll be all right, cool.
Yeah.
So I think I might have dropped it to him a week or 2 weeks before the game, because obviously fresh boots, he needs to wear it.
Yeah, he needs to try it on, yeah.
Stuff like that.
Right.
So if you see most football, they don't wear new boots every game.
Really?
Nah.
Because they have to wear
it's
it
not gonna
in.
be comfortable.
No.
fair.
Do you know what? I've told everyone this. Everyone knows recently. I don't watch football.
Oh, so it's
So,
like
yeah,
any
man.
sports anyway, in general. Like,
You
just
need to wear
imagine
it
going
more.
gym, and you remember every match they need to be at peak performance
Yeah.
level, innit? So imagine every time you go into the gym, you need to wear fresh
Yeah.
shoes to run.
Yeah,
on
you
the
have to get
treadmill all the time.
comfortable.
It's
You
like
have
when
to-
you did your half marathon, you had to wear those
Yeah,
trainers ahead
true.
of time.
Ahead of
True,
time.
true.
So as much as you want it to be nice or whatever, you might want to showcase something different. You kind of need to wear it. So I've dropped it to him a week or two before. The plan was he'll wear the blue one in the Arsenal game and the red one in the England game.
Okay.
Nice.
So, because international break was coming up soon. So cool, I've dropped both of them, families, parents, and everyone's like, this is amazing, red, this and that. I'm over the moon. It's so good. I'm chilling. I said, thing done. I just said it's going to crack and it's going to come, but you know what I mean? Further down the line, hit me up and I'll retouch it.
Yeah, nice.
That's all good. Nice. Cool. I'm just chilling. I think I'm even at a wedding somewhere. All right. My friends called me. He said, my boy. He said, big boss. He was training in his backyard. The shoes are collapsed. I said, oh boy.
Gosh.
Brother.
The game is in like 48 hours.
Oh, so you have to touch it in 48 hours?
The game's in like 48 hours. He's telling me.
Wait, how bad was it?
Like.
How collapsed out of 10?
It was. Do you know what it is? 'Cause remember, I've never painted football boots. Like,
Yeah.
I've never painted on plastic
that type material,
material. So even I'm learning, right? So the trick is that what you lot are seeing now that looks like one layer, that's about 5 layers of light paint. So patient. Paint with one light paint. Because if you go thick of one layer, it's going to
come
crack.
off and peel.
Peel and crack. So what you want to do is try to be patient and work on. So I'm thinking, so I've tried that. But I think one or two of the layers, but he just put the boots on. So obviously he's in his backyard, he just slapping, kicking the ball, doing this, that. So they sent me the pictures. I was like,
Use that. Damn.
Like, I'm very like Case knows me. I'm very laid back and chilled in general. So like you wouldn't even know I'm panicking like that. So I'm seeing it and I'm like to them, cool. Like if I need to get something, I'm gonna get it done. And so I said 48 hours, but I said I can retouch it and get it done because it was kind of it wasn't the worst.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like the whole thing came off. It was just parts where. So the issue is more where you get the friction.
Okay.
So hair, because it's remember.
Exactly.
It's like any sports; they're constantly on your toes.
Yeah,
You're rarely flat-footed.
Of course.
So that area will crack, and these areas.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're touching the ball.
Yeah.
So some areas are fine. So like these sides were generally fine. Like some parts, so it's more the parts where you're doing all the friction, all the tension, and then there were other parts. So, and I kind of knew the areas that might have issues because before I even started on his, I took boots off them.
Yeah.
So because by the time you get to the end, you could have been commissioned something 3 months before people know. So So I think I would have got the boots that I worked on and tested in January. He didn't play until a game in March, and he didn't get his boots till end of Feb. So I kicked ball in mine, so I've kind of seen, okay, cool, that part will crack.
Sick.
So that's which is why when I saw them, I said, maybe one game. But they only needed one game, so cool.
Yeah,
all right, listen, that night, so he had the game on Saturday. I got the boots Friday night.
Damn.
I got the boots at like 3 p.m. on Saturday.
Not even 24 hours. You had like what?
So the night, I know I work full time. So they've dropped it. I wasn't even at a wedding. I was at work. I was in the office when they told me the bad news. I said, hey. I see people want me to
gotta go. Bro.
Do you know what it is? My thing is, even though I know I'll get paid regardless, if my name's on it.
Yeah, you want to.
Of course. This is a way for your name to go.
So, like, if my name's attached to something, you tell me to. Even if you don't pay me for it, once I have a green light, I'm gonna do something.
I'm gonna put your all.
Like, I hate things not working out.
Right.
I hear it.
So it was pissing me off because I was just like, forget the money, forget all of that.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's get it done.
the fact that something's got my name on it, and I don't, because I'm thinking they might not understand. It's not me as an artist. That's just you lot's boots and design. There's nothing anyone can do.
Yeah.
No customizing. We can customize and make it look good now, but if you want to play in it, it's a myth. There's nothing
100%.
anyone
but
can do.
that won't be.
So I think I got it the Friday night at like 9 p.m. Had to customize it all night, and then someone picked it up from me like the Saturday morning early.
Wow.
And then no, I'm lying. The game might have been on a Sunday, but he has to get on Saturday because he's gonna go meet the team at the hotel Saturday evening.
Right.
So you can't be taking all that. It's too much. The logistics is just too long. So he needs to get the boots back by Saturday evening. I don't even have audio on Saturday. Remember, like I said, I'm painting one layer at a
So
time.
you have to let it
You're doing this all
dry.
night.
And you don't want to kind of blow it, use heat for it to dry.
So how did you just let it naturally dry? As well?
Yeah, so that's what
Oh,
you need
man.
time.
Yeah.
You need hours, but the only advantage, the paint's a fast drying paint though.
Okay.
So it dries very quick. But just imagine all the time. So I'm just there like, bruv. But that's the funny thing that people don't see behind the scenes.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's
The
a
work
lot
and the
of
effort that
work
goes
and the
into
effort
it.
that goes into it. So
Shout out to you, man.
painstaking.
true.
Bro.
But played in the game, didn't get the goal, but
But he played in
It's
the
what it is.
game. He
Yeah.
played in
I
the
remember
game. I
seeing
love that,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
sick. I love that. And what a good explanation.
I'm
as
not gonna
well.
lie, that story's mad.
Very inspiring.
It's mad.
Thank you very much, Feyi. I think that brings us to the end of very exciting. I think this has been my favorite one yet.
Yeah,
dare I
it
say.
has. I
Our
love it.
favorite tables trainers.
Trainers tables. All right, guys. So every single week we come with the latest news.
Years.
So we're gonna go through some of the news that's gone on throughout the week. Not even the week, throughout the month, to be honest.
Yeah, last couple of weeks.
And
Haven't seen you
it's
man in a long time.
yeah, boy.
It has been a
And it's
while.
focused on music, fashion, sneakers, and just general pop culture. So the first thing on the list is AI Church.
Yes.
So you haven't heard of it. Have you heard of AI Church?
nah.
So basically, there was a post on Instagram where they said that there's one church. I don't know where the church is.
America.
Yeah, in America or something like that.
Surprise.
But the priest was an AI priest.
I'm not sure if it was a priest. They had a guest speaker.
But the person was doing the sermon.
Yeah, it was a guest speaker.
Someone was doing the sermon.
Right.
It was on the screen.
Right.
It was AI on the screen, and he was doing. It was a guy, and he was doing a sermon throughout the whole duration of the church.
And it was AI that
It
was
was
delivering.
AI that was delivering the service.
Right.
It's basically a computer-generated person that is
Right.
basically taking information off the internet,
Of course.
to-
Yeah.
basically provide a
deliver a sermon.
sermon within a church. And what is your thoughts on that, personally?
I will say what my thoughts are.
What's your thoughts?
My thoughts on that. One,
You're thinking
that's-
Terminator circle.
yeah, no, 100%. 100%. First thing that came into mind, I was
I
like,
got
okay,
one word. For
cult.
that, boy.
all I can hear is cult.
Cool.
Because all that's gonna happen here is that depending on where that information is coming from,
Yeah.
obviously the way AI works is that it takes knowledge from obviously wherever it's gathered from,
Pre-existing, yeah.
yep, and then it interprets it in its own way and learns
Right.
from that.
Right.
So if it thinks, so it's gathering all this information. If it thinks it contradicts what is it's getting, and it
Right,
thinks, okay,
right.
that's not correct,
Right.
it's going to produce its own
Yeah.
theories and such.
Feyi, you said you've got one word for it. What is it?
Astaghfirullah.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw it, I was like,
That is mad.
this
What?
is mad. This is mad. And
All
for,
right. Yeah.
for the fact that it's now coming to church, I understand people adopting new technologies. I understand that, but not in church, man.
Yes.
Not in church.
You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was actually going to comment here and say, you know what? Yeah. As time goes on, we need to
Right.
accept new ways of thinking
Right.
and new ways of learning and new ways of teaching, right? But my issue with it coming to the church is that AI depends on what has been in what its input. That's what it brings out. Anything based off its input.
Yeah.
And the issue with the internet is that the internet's got its good side, it's got its dark side.
Mm.
Let that pull one thing from the dark side.
That's
Yeah, long
it.
day.
And the thing is, it can manipulate stuff and it can think by itself. So it will give it to you and present it to you in a beautiful way. And you'll be sitting there thinking that, you know what, yeah, no, that's actually truth. Like, real talk, like what they're saying is true. And it'll feed you small things.
That's it.
small
Just
things.
little
And it
by
will
little.
change your thinking completely. Now the whole church is now satanic.
It's a cult.
It's just like, wait, how did we get here?
See me, I think my problem with it is less AI itself. It's for people. What people could use that for.
Mm.
You know, like religion or those things in general. It's a powerful tool to like,
Oh yeah.
kind of tell people how to think. Or
Yeah.
There's a word I'm thinking of, but
Initiate.
not
That's
kind
what
of
my
initiate,
mum would
but influence.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So influence people's perspective on how
Yeah.
they feel. You know, people take faith very seriously.
Oh,
Big
100%.
time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people who go to church and like the sermon, that's word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pastor's word is
Yeah,
word.
yeah, his word
That
is bond, yeah,
word
100.
bond.
Yeah, yeah.
So people can intentionally use that to influence, because we've seen what they've said they've done with elections already with Facebook and things like that. So imagine there's like, and some churches are massive.
Mm-hmm.
Churches get big out of nowhere. So
Boy.
if human, I don't trust people.
I hear it, man.
So you
Nope.
give such a tool to people who
Yeah.
can be very
do bad things,
divisive. It's scary what they can do with
Mm.
that, because people go to church none the wiser and they'll take that
take
word
for gospel, innit?
As gospel,
whatever,
yeah,
and
fact.
I think the key thing is just having your mind for yourself, really.
What
See the stuff.
I don't like is that obviously the pastor or the priest, whoever it is, yeah, they get their word from God. God guides them. AI is not the same. There's not that connection with God. It's connection with whatever's out there. So that removes the actual connection of God guiding that man or woman of God that's now going to give the congregation the word. You're now taking that out of the way.
I can't lie. At first, when you guys said it, I was like, well, I'm not really seeing the issue here, because in my mind, I was like, if let's say it's the right, and I'm like, if it's derived from like the Bible, like we're talking about the source and where they get the information. I'm thinking, right, if when they're like, you know, put it in the computer. I'm like, right, use the Bible as a reference to deliver XYZ sermon. Do you know what I mean? All it's ever going to go off is the word. Like, it can't derail from that. So I'm thinking there is a way to make this make sense. However,
GP on stage.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, take something random.
I'm waiting for what you're going to say.
But then,
yes.
Do you know what I mean? 2 + 2 actually made 4.
Yes.
And I realized, I realized that actually doesn't make sense. And what you said is really key, which is that my dad's a pastor. You know this already anyway. I'm a PK.
My dad's a priest.
Yeah. So one of the things that he's always said is like, this message is not from me, it's from God. It's very important to not forget that
100%.
the message has to come from God first, regardless if it's stuff that God has already said and he's already delivered through the Bible. There might be a specific person in the congregation at that time that needed to hear a particular message. AI is not going to be able to do that. So for that,
I got a thing, I'm like, see, like when you're hearing the sermon, I need a pastor, like the person giving it, to be someone that's lived.
Yeah.
100%.
If a robot's telling, I'm gonna sit there like, you ain't been in the
What have you gone through?
We don't even know.
That's a very good
know
point.
about pain?
I took someone else's story online. You ain't been through
What
that.
do you actually know about
No,
pain
it's
for
mad,
real?
and the thing is, what we're even, and it's what you've said
That
as well,
human
is
element.
that human element. They've gone through what they've gone through, and they've interpreted it through the word of God.
Facts.
And another thing, you saying that the Bible, obviously, I know you've changed your
Chill,
perception.
man, like, what's
But what I'm
going
trying to say, like for example, now they're trying to turn God into what, gender X now in the Bible.
Yeah.
All right,
So it's
brother.
like,
That's actually church. I think.
so now what happens now?
Okay.
But wait, sorry. Can I just talk with the efficiency part? Were you trying to say that AI will actually finish on time?
No, I'm saying
When I heard that, I was like, that makes sense.
1 hour church
Let me
session.
know
Finish on time. Yes, that's
Because,
fine.
like, if we're gonna call a spade, being a priest or being a pastor, it's a profession, like most other professions, right? So takes a lot of work. For every Sunday, you need to prepare something.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
There's how many weeks in a year?
52.
52. So
Yeah.
that's 52 sermons. So that's 52 times you need to say something different. I have a theory. There's only like 4 or 5 different sermons.
I can't lie. They're really
You're saying the same things in different ways. God's got you.
Yeah.
This pain is only temporary. You'll be fine.
It's
You'll be
true.
delivered.
Yeah.
You know what I
Blessings,
mean?
all of
Like,
that.
Forgiveness.
so it's all the
That's
same.
it.
Forgive.
Right,
Like
right.
there's only so many, but they just remix and say it in different words, and every week different people need different things.
Right.
true.
Yeah,
100%.
it's true.
So I think it could help in that sense of like preparing a sermon. So
Yeah.
I'm not against. So I'm not against technology. Or
Yeah,
something.
for sure.
Yeah.
It's more about use it as an aid,
Yeah.
not a replacement.
Facts.
That's it.
So there's certain elements, there's certain things that AI or technology, we can't replace humans in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need it. But you can bring it along to aid. So if
Yeah.
you're a priest, you might be fatigued. It's like ChatGPT when people. You know,
That's
Yeah.
it.
put a
Yeah.
little something, it cooks.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like for example, if you was to put, okay, this is the high level basis of my sermon, type it in there, it brings out what it needs to bring. At least you know God's guided me, and this is what I need to speak to the people
Okay,
about.
so hold on.
There's still an
Like,
element
let's.
of- there's still
Yeah.
an element
Hey.
of issue in that. Though,
Yeah,
I feel.
because now let's say for example, like my dad, or at least from what I've seen, the way in which he works is that like God will give him a message that he needs to talk about. Let's say forgiveness. yeah?
Yes.
For example, and then I might catch him on Google like.
And you turn around like this. Who are you looking at?
for like specific Bible verses. Referencing
Forgiveness, yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
Have I told him my dad?
I'm sorry.
Referencing, like,
Yeah,
certain
but
Bible
you got
verses.
that.
What do you mean? When it comes to prayer, sometimes you think I'm not doing that as well.
I'm sorry,
I can't remember every single
a pastor and
Bible.
a priest. Yeah, I'm sorry. A
Forgive
pastor and a priest you cannot think that they know every single word
Of course
in the
not.
Bible.
They need
I
to
am
do their
sorry.
research, innit?
It's not right.
No, you don't say
I've
that.
done that.
He said you said on the whole damn thing. Why
Work
do you know
smart,
it?
not
What
hard.
does
innit?
the Bible say?
Why don't you know
Forgiveness.
it?
It's sometimes it gets like that.
Sometimes. You know what I mean? Bible.com.
Look at the
So
tear.
I just
He said,
check
"Daddy,
my
I told
Bible.
on you. Daddy, I told on you already."
Apologies. But yeah, like, so for something like that, yeah, I don't see the problem in, like, again, using
Yeah.
AI for efficiency in that sense.
All right.
I just need to know how far we're going to go, because, like, the problem with that is that, like, again, part of the thing of the difference between a pastor and, like, us as people in the congregation is that, like, you should know the Bible. Like, you shouldn't have to.
I'm a human.
That you should know it.
Yeah, but there's, like, you should know the Bible well enough to. Obviously, you're not going to know every scripture, of course, but like, for the most part, if you're talking about, say, a specific parable, part of your work is knowing where that is in the Bible.
I hear it.
So I guess the human element I do hear, of course, for experience purposes and, like, being able to talk from a specific place, but also in regards to, like, how much technology aids that. It's tricky biz. But maybe that's just because we're in the early stages of AI and we don't know
Maybe. Of course,
how
it's
far it can
scary.
help. But okay. I just want to say that I don't believe it.
That's fine.
And my dad is doing great.
That's
Thank
fine.
You, Dad.
Okay, I'm gonna swiftly get through this because
We've got a lot to talk about.
yeah, Quavo and Offset performed together.
Couple of weeks ago, man.
Yeah, it's a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
All I'm gonna say there is that it's nice to see them together.
Do you think they're gonna bring out new music together?
No.
I thought
Did
they
you
were.
see the performance, Feyi, at the BET
BET
Awards?
Something.
No, look, all they did is that they performed together.
Yeah.
From what Offset said is that there was told like 24 hours before the actual show that they need to
I
perform
think they had like
a conversation.
Not that they had 14 hours, but they did they did the whole show and all like planning it. Do you know that Quavo and Offset haven't been talking? They've been like, yeah. So there's been like that beef. So this is their first time performing. But yeah, he was like, yeah, we planned it all in 14 hours and we got it done. It was nice to see.
Yeah, it's nice to see them together, but I wouldn't want an album from both of them because the glue is
Was
Takeoff, and Takeoff worked with Quavo.
I think you're only saying that now because you've seen that. You've seen him work with Quavo, and now that he's gone, it seems like he was the only element that kept them together.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's.
Let me ask you a question. Can you see an album with Offset and Quavo?
I feel like I could do.
Respectfully though, yeah. God rest his soul. Were you really trying to hear another Migos album anyway?
I wouldn't mind, you know. I wouldn't mind.
You wouldn't have minded a Culture 4?
Yeah, I could have. I could have done
Brother.
it. I could have done
Yeah,
it.
that shit.
I could have done it.
Respectfully, like,
No.
respectfully.
No, I could have done it. I know I could have done it. But when Quavo and Takeoff did what they were doing, I was really here for that.
Yeah. But that really just needed to be the last thing I ever
Yeah, I
heard.
know,
I'll
you
be
have to-
so real.
What?
Like
Come on, man.
the songs that I liked, I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I can't even name 3 songs off that
Look,
album.
you just heard Diddy and the City Girls. No one said anything about Diddy still
And
rapping.
that didn't even happen either.
I think I did, but
What? What was I
He's
saying?
got a song with the city.
Yeah,
he does.
Diddy,
He's a
Fabulous,
big
and
old
City Girls.
Agbaye.
What's
Sit
Fabulous
down.
doing on a track?
No, but in his mind, he still feels like he's down with everyone. So
I hate Fabulous so much.
Look what you used. Down.
Yeah.
I like the song with Bryson Tiller though.
Which one?
Which one? Fabulous.
Diddy
Bryson.
and Bryson Tiller. So they got-
I'm sorry, I don't listen to P. Diddy's music because this is not 1996.
Stay in your bag.
I
stay in your
can't.
bag.
No, man.
no, I haven't.
Diddy and
Look,
Bryson.
Diddy,
I don't want
Or
to
maybe Bryson jumped on a remix. I think.
Oh,
he had
maybe.
another-
Diddy should not be making music. Full stop, man.
Quit it, man.
He should look at his counterpart, Jay-Z and a few others, and look at what they're doing. But each their own.
He ain't never gonna be like them.
It's true. It's true. He isn't. They're two different
He
people.
wants to be like his son.
Anyway.
What? Tell me
Next.
different. Tell me different.
Anyway, next on the list, Tyler Perry now owns BET and VH1.
That's amazing.
That's
That's a
massive
big.
though.
And he bought it for, I think, 400 million for both of them.
Put both of them for
From
400
both
mil.
400 mil.
That makes sense.
Okay.
What I just read
Does it
so
make
much
sense?
about, yeah, man.
You
What
think
I
that's
read,
how much it's worth?
Yeah.
BET and
It's not
VH1.
going to be billions. It's not
BET.
Well, VH1 is quite big though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the reason that BET, yeah, first of all, I feel like there couldn't have been anybody better to buy BET
for real.
than Tyler Perry.
For real. You're
So
gonna
I
You
just
think
have
so?
to, there's no
their reruns for years.
The reruns,
do that.
the fact that he is just such a nigger. Respectfully, the television that he gives us is like the epitome. Just black TV, like not serious black TV. Do you know what I mean? That's what I need, man. Medea volume 27,000.
He shouldn't release that again. I want to see what else he's gonna release, but he shouldn't release that.
But yeah, a big shout out to Tyler Perry. His first order of business after buying BET was bringing Chief Keef off that band.
Yeah, he said, "Come on back."
This is the most black nigga I've ever met in my life. Shout out him, man.
He was banned from BET.
Yeah. He didn't turn up to a performance back in 2014, and they banned him ever since.
Oh man.
Yeah, but that was at his height. That was at his height. He didn't care about anyone else.
Do you get it, man? Shout out
your bread, man.
Truly.
No, 100%. Next thing on the list, and I'm not happy with this, but Nike keep doing what Nike do. Nike is gonna launch again the Kobe Bryant line. So on Kobe Day, which is the 24th of August, the Kobe Bryant trainers, so all his trainers, not all his trainers, not the Black Mambas. They've already released that, so I don't know why you're calling that again.
Yeah, the Mamba.
Yeah, they've already released that, but they stopped releasing the line,
right?
Kobe's line, and now they're gonna re-release it.
Did they stop releasing it because he died?
Yes.
So yeah, I think
out of respect. Yeah, out of respect.
Stop releasing it because he died, or because they had to get
the wife on board.
Paperwork.
I think that was
so.
Might have been it.
When he died, his wife, they had a conversation and that's when they stopped everything. Even the trainers with the daughter, which was the Mambasitas, they stopped that out of respect. And now
that they didn't have the rights.
I think that was it. I think they went to and asked her. I can't say for sure, but I think they asked her whether they wanted to continue the brand now that he's passed away, or whether they were happy for it to just end ties and cut ties there, as it was. And I think she probably just didn't give the green light back then. So
because this is my legal man working. I would assume similar to how Kanye owns who owns the designs?
What in
Yeezy? Someone owns the Yeezy trademark, but someone owns the design.
Yeah, Kanye owns the Yeezy trademark, and Adidas owned the designs.
So that kind of complication. Yeah. So I think the Mamba trademark or Mamba Sita, knowing what I know about Kobe, he probably owned those trademarks, which meant Nike couldn't continue trading
until they got
the green light from his estate or his wife, ultimately, if she was in control of their estate. So I think that's probably what they needed to sort out. And after they sorted that out, I would assume
free fall. That's it.
Not free fall, but like money off of mate.
Money off
You know what I mean? Like
I want to see how it's gonna work now that he's not there.
I didn't like Kobe trainers in the first place.
No, do you know what? I didn't hate them. I'm just not.
You didn't hate them. You didn't like them.
No, I didn't hate them. I was indifferent. I just No.
Are you joking me?
No, I didn't like them. No, it was whatever. I didn't say I'm not saying I like them or I don't like them. It's just what it is, isn't it?
I feel like the line it was for people that played basketball.
100% quintessential.
It was for American
players.
People from South Carolina.
Okay.
Them man there, they love where
Shout out to our South Carolina listeners. I mean, can you back her on that one? I don't know.
But what I want to ask is, do you think it's still going to work? Do you feel that line's going to be popping because he's dead now?
Yeah, nostalgia in that, man. Even though it hasn't been a time, but nostalgia, yes, it would be.
I
don't think so.
It'll be one of those things where it's like the Kobe trainers, which were obviously big. They have exclusive. They have colors which were big, like exclusive.
Oh yeah,
go for a lot. They'll re-release those kind of stuff, and people will still go crazy over them, and they'll go even more crazy now that he's passed away.
I don't know how long that's going to last, but
yeah. All jokes aside, I just think maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm being too narrow-minded here, but I just feel like the hunger for trainers in general is just not what it used to be anymore.
It's different now.
And so, like, the way that people would run for trainers and, like, oh my gosh, if I don't get it now, it's done.
Yeah.
I feel like between the expansion of the third-party market and just, like, cost of living crisis and the fact that, like, Kobe's been gone for a while and there hasn't been... I just don't think there's going to be much. Do you know what I mean?
Nike are trying. They're trying.
Over it.
But next thing on the list, J Hus. J Hus is about to release his album, 14th of July.
Yes, sir.
And we've got a tour coming, 28th of August. No, 28th of October.
Yeah.
Now.
Is he doing the O2?
He's doing that O2, yeah.
Big O2.
Big O2.
Yeah. I hear it though. Do you think he'll sell out the O2?
First of all, wait. What do you think, Feyi, about J Hus? Don't worry. It's okay. What do you think about J Hus as an artist and his direction? Actually, what do you think of him as an artist first?
Yeah, man. He's J Hus.
Okay, what does that mean?
Like he's platinum selling. I believe.
Okay.
Platinum, right?
I don't know
Let's
actually.
see.
Do you know? I don't
Let
think
me
his
see.
accolades are that good.
Nah,
you know.
man. Did you see what I had on his platinum?
Oh, did you see one platinum?
I'm sure that's even multi-platinum. Have a look.
Really?
There's a platinum selling. Like I think he's like. I don't have anything negative to say about him as an artist. I think he's as accomplished as you can be in his field. Especially like I'm always gonna stand or have nothing but positive things to say about a young black British person kind of doing their things. I think as an artist as well, you don't get to where he's got to by accident.
True.
Especially where he started off. So and he has a very huge presence within. I hate using the word culture, but you know what I mean by it. He has a huge presence within the culture. So I think he's a dope artist. I'm interested to see like how the album comes down for me. I'm a fan of it because I have people who worked on this. I want them.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
If he wins, they win.
Yeah.
And they do well. So I think they said J5's not on this album. Right?
Yeah,
No.
he was sad that he wasn't on this album.
So I'll be interested to hear the sound. What I've heard so far, I think the few singles is very I think it's fun. I always like to hear introspective J Hus. So I hope there's a few tracks in there that tells us what's been going on with him the last few years.
What part of his life is that? Yeah.
And what part of his life. So I'm interested to hear those. But I think I like J Hus.
Yeah.
I've got nothing negative to say.
Yeah. Well, Common Sense did go platinum.
It did, yeah, it did.
And did you see went platinum as well?
3 times platinum. Yeah.
Crazy.
Shout out TSB.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. Bro.
TSB is gonna be executive producing this album, this whole album. Yeah, he has executive produced the album. That'll be out.
TSB, I want TSB to win, you know?
Oh, I hear it.
Shout out to TSB.
But the O2.
The O2.
O2.
Do I think he'll do it?
For someone, so he released Big Conspiracy in 2020. He's been out he has been away for about 2.5 years. Do you feel like he could sell out the O2?
This album's gonna have to do a crazy, like, biggest thing I've ever seen, like, in a while for him to.
But remember, he already has Common Sense and he has Big Conspiracy, which he's obviously going to sing quite a few songs from that album as well.
But
and
how many spins does Big Conspiracy get nowadays?
Conspiracy.
I don't even think it's about the album though, because like you said, it came out during lockdown. It did not get the opportunity it deserved to shine, and there was no real run. There was no real press run. There was no real marketing around the album, so it didn't have a music. Did any of the songs have a music video? Not that I remember.
No.
Like nothing was really pushed like that. But I don't think it's that will speak to where the people come. I just think the sensation of who J Hus is and the fact that like a lot of people within this country and otherwise hold him on such a high pedestal.
Yeah.
I feel like the fact that it's his first big tour, the fact that it's in O2, it will be a vibe. I think people like. I think it will.
Do you not feel like people are still en masse like anticipating this album?
I haven't heard people talk about it as much. That's the thing. That normally I feel like when it comes to albums, especially something like this from J Hus, I would be hearing people talk about it a lot. Like people will be out here like, I'm anticipating this a lot. I mean, I know his song that he made with Drake was big, I guess. Not for me personally, 'cause I didn't like it. But I think for everyone else, it was a big thing. It was like hearing him come out with a new song, which is supposed to be
objectively.
Song of the
do you
summer.
not think that single's not a big single?
I don't think it is. Personally, I feel like
that he released with Drake.
Told you.
I feel like I thought the song is what it's called.
Who told you?
Yeah. I think there's a bigger song on the album, bigger than that for sure. Because I feel like the only reason why people see it as big is because the feature.
I think that's a big. Outside of Drake, I'm surprised you don't think that's a big single.
No, I don't. Like, I feel like it's catchy, it's good.
It's probably the only single right now that that's like.
Oh, what do you mean biggest song out right now?
But we're talking.
Numbers. It's Sprinter, yeah.
Like,
yeah, that one's gone.
Of its own.
That's true.
But the only reason I'm asking is like, maybe Drake was the reason, but I've seen like J Hus's song on like. It wasn't Kendall Jenner or whoever.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it has done very well in terms of like socials and it getting into spaces which you wouldn't generally feel like it would get there.
Yeah.
But for me as a fan of what J Hus has done, it doesn't live up.
My question to that: don't you think that's a testament to the fact that he's kind of kept his place of relevance within the culture? The fact that
that's fair.
he can still just all those years.
Yeah.
He hasn't done much.
Yeah.
Big conspiracy, like you said, it didn't get what it should have got.
Yeah.
But he still dropped a single now.
And look what it's done.
And he got the attention he got. Because remember, Sprinter, Central C, he's at the top right now.
Yeah.
So
And he's out there. Yeah.
out there and in the moment.
True.
Dave even more so. So Huss has come. Obviously, he's had every now and then you get a little news
Post or whatever. Yeah.
For one reason or the other, you might hear about J Huss, but he's dropped a single and dropped a song, and the single still got that. It's captivated people to pay attention, whether or not people stick with it. Over time. But you still went to check it out. I mean, like, people en masse still went to check it out, and you're hearing it being plugged into all of these different places. Like, I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and they were talking about the song.
Oh, I swear.
Because they fucked with the hook.
Yeah.
Oh, mad. Okay.
You go on TikTok, you hear it, and people.
Yeah.
Saying that if he can still kind of have that presence, I would think more likely he leans on the side of he should be able to fill out a O2 than he shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, the O2's 20,000 people. I don't.
How many nights is he doing?
I think
Two nights. Two nights in London, yeah.
2 nights in London?
Yeah. Like 6th and 7th or something like
Are they sold out already?
No,
I don't
but no, they
release.
They release. Oh, I don't know actually. Maybe I'll check and come back to you on that to see where they were. But so that's when I went to look, there weren't any seated tickets.
Huh?
There were only like level 4, like nosebleeds. I don't belong there.
No.
Like, that's all they had. Yeah, when I looked on Tuesday, O2 Priority, tickets drop at 10. I had looked at like 11:30. All the level 1s were gone. All they had was level 4.
I didn't even know he was.
Yeah, bro. I
check and see, actually.
Do you know what? I think he can sell out
no
the O2
for one of the days.
Yeah, I feel like he can sell out the O2 only because this is his first tour.
Yeah, it is his first.
This is his first tour, and everyone's been anticipating seeing J Hus for the longest, so it's a possibility. Yeah. Well, you're looking for tickets now, innit?
There's a few tickets here and there, but
on
it's
the Monday.
On Sunday.
The real one was telling me that someone got him standing. I was like, "You're gonna stand?
You'll be there."
Yo, knees done.
Standing.
I'm not standing. I'm not standing for nobody. I'm not.
When was the last time you stood at a concert?
Afro Nation.
That's not a concert.
It was when we went to watch Wizkid.
I guess that doesn't count because they weren't seated.
Larry June.
No, there was seated. It's just that
it wasn't available to us, mate. It wasn't available. It wasn't available.
So there was seated.
You didn't have to say that.
That's it.
That wasn't necessary.
Simple as.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, next one.
Shout out J Hus.
All right.
Let's move on.
Next thing on the list is PLT.
Yeah.
PLT, they've got Naomi Campbell to design a collection.
I just don't understand. I don't understand. So Pretty Little Thing.
The money.
Yeah, 100%. That's the only reason.
Pretty Little Thing. Their previous ambassadors or creative directors, designers.
Was it Molly May?
We're talking Molly May, Love Island stars, Teyana Taylor did
India?
a feature with them. Yeah, India. So just all of the Love Island lot. And, what's that babe's name? I can't remember now. But somebody else. That is the market generally.
Yeah, I think as soon as I hear Naomi Campbell, I'm thinking the target market for PLT, do they really even look at Naomi Campbell as someone that they'll even look at?
I think she's just an icon, but I don't understand.
She'll sell some t-shirts.
I don't understand.
What's of her on the t-shirt?
I guess so, but it's like Fashion Over though. Fashion Over collabs with random people too. Like,
but this
Naomi
ain't a random
Campbell,
person though.
What is she doing?
The thing is, this is my issue with brands. Like, you're either gonna do it just to make the money, or you're gonna get someone in that people actually see as a style icon. Naomi Campbell is huge because she was a model. Now, I can only speak from that point of view because that's the only way that I knew of her. I don't know about anything else she did outside of that. I never saw her as someone where it was like, oh, she's a style icon in terms of the way she dresses and the way she puts things together.
No, she was still.
But I never saw that. Obviously, she's a model. That's all I saw. I didn't see that she was putting stuff together. I didn't see and I was like, oh my gosh, Naomi Campbell, you look nuts.
Well, guys, hold on a second, because when you
outfit wise,
when we're talking about a supermodel, most supermodels is very rare. It's more likely
They wear
that
like
it
a
is, that it
t-shirt
isn't.
and a crop top
No,
and
but
jeans.
most supermodels are also fashion icons.
No,
No.
When you think of, like, I hate to do it because to me she's no supermodel of mine, but like Kendall Jenner, for example, like that's someone that they're gonna see as a fashion icon.
We're talking about historically,
Gigi
though.
Hadid.
I've
It's only as of recently that they've merged the whole idea of being a style fashion icon and being someone that's a model too.
No.
I think in
No.
the past, models have not always been style icons.
They gonna flame your ass. For
Yeah.
that.
Oh, they could do. They could do. But I'm being-
when you
I'm
guys were
being real.
talking, when
About Naomi
I'm,
Campbell.
No,
Naomi
no,
Campbell's big. That's the thing. She's big. 100%. I'm not disputing that.
They're
But
gonna
I'm just
take
talking about
Naomi Campbell
specifically when it comes to style, and someone saying that, okay, cool, I see Naomi Campbell wearing this on a daily basis, not what she's wearing on a runway, but on her day to day.
Literally, one of her most iconic moments was when she had to do community service and she was dressed down in, was it Dior? I think it was Dior. No, Dolce & Gabbana. That's like her thing. Like, she's a fashion
I
icon.
don't know about that.
when you guys were
Oh my
initially
days.
talking, I thought you was talking about her designing. I didn't know.
No. I'm
how
talking
she
about her.
dresses.
I'm talking about her influence from a dress point of view, because I feel like that for me would lead on to you being someone which can curate a line. But at the same time, with PLT and stuff like that, because you got Molly May and them, I wouldn't say that those people can dress, but they got a collection out at some point. So I don't know what the criteria is anymore, personally.
The only
Faye, what were you
question
gonna
I
say?
would ask is like, wouldn't in a not totally identical, but is it not similar to kind of like what H&M do with big fashion brands?
I
The only
hear
thing
that.
that's missing, which I think Michael's gonna point out, is I might be wrong, but I've never seen Naomi Campbell in a designer seat.
That's
Yeah.
it. I've never seen her create anything.
Never
I've seen
seen
her
anything.
dress well. She dresses
Have you
well.
though?
Yes,
I believe
she-
I disagree with you
You're
on the
getting me
fashion
angry.
icon statement.
You're getting
No,
me so
she is an
an
icon.
icon.
She
She's
is
an icon in fashion, yes. She's an icon in fashion.
No, but you're talking from a model perspective.
Yes,
You're not
that's
talking-
all I know.
I
Fam.
think
No,
she transcends
She
that.
no,
so.
she does. She does, Toby. She
Does.
No,
If
and
she
you know,
doesn't,
don't
we
even do it
talk
now.
About her, we talk about her now. We talk about her now as we talk about her beyond her being in fashion, beyond her being a
Stop
model.
Googling it.
I think it's
Forget
because
what
you
you're
don't
doing, man.
actually look at her.
Yeah.
You don't actually look at her. You don't take in. You don't even acknowledge her. That's why.
She's
If you go out
literally
onto the
is.
streets and you ask people to name fashion icons, Naomi Campbell
She'll be there.
will probably be on the hit list. Somewhere.
Yeah, but I feel like we gotta be specific when we're saying fashion, though, because in what aspect of fashion are we talking about?
Because remember,
Basically-
and you gotta remember some of the times where she was iconic, the looks and the things like that. Yeah, we're talking 90s.
And they were big then.
We're talking then. I wasn't dressing in the 90s, so I wouldn't
Fair.
have been able to copy and
Fair.
emulate how
And
she dresses.
that's why I'm arguably saying that
See how
I
she
don't
dress.
know of
You
that.
see how you
'cause-
get like when people talk about the way people dress now, how it's
Mm.
kind of very 90-esque and
Yeah.
slim, like being slim and looking like a model.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
Coming back into fashion. You're talking Naomi Campbell.
So basically, what you're saying is you remember her as a model,
That's
but
it.
she can't dress right now.
I'm not saying that she can't dress right now. I'm just saying I don't see her being one of those
As a
people.
fashion icon.
When someone
Right.
says
Don't
style and
acknowledge her.
fashion, I'm not seeing Naomi Campbell there.
So
No.
Yeah.
so from a women's perspective, who do you see as a fashion?
Now,
Yeah. 'Cause if I hear you say Kim Kardashian,
We're gonna use Tiana
pause,
Taylor.
wait, yeah, Tiana Taylor for sure.
We're in
she
trouble.
ain't
Because she
bigger
can
than
dress.
she ain't bigger
Pause,
than Naomi
pause.
Campbell.
When I'm talking about style,
We're in trouble.
she's someone that will come to mind for sure. 100%. Tiana
Listen,
Taylor will come to
no
mind.
one is disagreeing with that fact, yeah. But I think maybe the part that is, let's agree that like she was at her peak in the 90s, and she was a fashion icon in the 90s.
That's fair, and
Okay.
that's fine. But I didn't see that.
Okay. Well,
That's why you don't acknowledge her.
yeah.
That's what I'm
Before
telling you.
your time.
That's exactly what I'm telling you right
Right,
now.
that's fine.
Yeah, I feel
That's
like
fine.
obviously when she was in her prime, she was in her prime. But outside of that, I do believe that she's a legend enough for us to be confused
Yeah.
as to why
I'm not
she is
confused.
collaborating with PLT. The reason why I am confused
Bag's
personally,
heavy, man.
Hmm?
The bag's heavy.
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
gotta be.
obviously I understand
The
the
bag's
reasoning,
heavy.
yeah.
Got to be.
But like what we were saying earlier about you and how like if your name's on it, it's important that it looks a particular way, that it's to a particular standard.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I feel like it's really disappointing that I don't care about the bag. We're not talking about the bag. Obviously, when it comes down to it, this discussion can end with, yeah, if the bag is right, say no more. Yeah, cool. Whatever. However, for who we're talking about how legendary Naomi Campbell is,
To do this,
to
it
do
sounds.
this is just ridiculous. Like, of all the fast fashion brands that are out there as well, I mean, fast fashion in itself can really go to hell. But outside of that fact, yeah, like, Pretty Little Thing is notorious for just having shit clothes and, like, having terrible quality.
And do you want to tie your name to
like,
something
why
like
would you
that?
want to tie your name to something like that?
It's
And
the money.
especially, like, the brand ambassadors that have gone before her. Molly May, for goodness sake. Love Island contestants, for goodness sake. Shout out these man, but like allow it. Those are the people that, what, you're in the same boat with them, man. That's what we're doing to ourselves. Naomi.
What if they brought her in to change that image though?
That would be interesting
about that.
What can you, like, how good are you gonna make fast fashion look?
Do you know
You're
what?
actually upsetting me.
It's not about, okay,
I'm asking a question. I don't.
No, that's
sure.
a very good point. Fast fashion is fast fashion regardless.
Right.
It's like Zara as well. Zara's fast fashion as well.
It is, but there are definitely different levels here.
Okay, so what about if they brought her in to kind of challenge people like Zara?
I agree, but I would be confused. I would still be very confused as to why she's done that, especially if, like, realistically, like, that's such a massive shift. Pretty Little Thing and Zara are in completely different, not just like lanes in terms of how fast their fashion is, but also, like, bless you, how they look, what the branding is. Super young, stupid outfits. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, their brand is for between 19 and like mid-20s in my mind.
She's
right?
She's designing collection. She's not creative director. Or PR.
Oh yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
She can't
I just
change
think
anything.
I'm rambling now, but I think the long and short for me is I just don't understand why Naomi did this. I'm sure obviously the answer is the bag, but like I don't understand why with her brand, which is so high fashion, which is so iconic, it's like someone like Kate Moss doing something with Boohoo. I would be just as confused.
Do you know what?
Doesn't make sense.
Now thinking about it, I'm actually, as you guys keep talking about, I'm a lot more open to it. I am.
Okay.
It's like when Mason Margiela, obviously this is the actual brand, Mason Margiela tying up with H&M. At one point, we was like, what's going on
I
here?
won't say that's the same.
It's just not the same. It's not the same, unfortunately. H&M still get away with like giving us clean high street.
They were
fashion,
fast.
And you're talking about
they weren't.
Margiela as a brand who has a history of creating stuff.
Yeah. And also collaborating.
What am I seeing from Naomi? Nothing, personally.
Fair point.
Don't
Okay,
know.
all right. So we're gonna touch the music segment. I haven't heard this. What is the album already out?
Yeah.
Lil Uzi's album.
Yeah.
It is out indeed. Endless Summer.
I haven't
Came
heard
out
it. I don't
week.
listen to Lil Uzi anymore, just because of the type of person that he is and the type of music that he releases. So have you listened to his album?
No, sir. I have not.
Okay.
No.
So we're gonna leave that album, but he's released an album, Endless Summer.
Yes.
I will not be listening to
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm such a liar. It's not called Endless Summer, you know. It's called
It's
Pink
not.
Tape. My fault.
It's called what?
Pink Tape.
Pink Tape.
I don't know where I got that.
I'm not gonna listen to it because I've decided of recently that I'm not listening to people like Lil Uzi, just because of the type of music,
Yes.
what he stands for. It's a bit past me, man.
Faye. Earlier on, we were having a conversation a couple of episodes ago where we were talking about like Jay Huss and like, you know, his ties and like things that he's mentioned in regards to like, you get it, Bonsam, all that.
Separating the music from the artist.
Yeah, but specifically talking about like how much they reference like the devil and Satan, yeah, and like how comfortable we feel listening to their music. So we've all said on previous occasions that like we don't feel comfortable listening to like Lil Uzi, don't really feel all that comfortable listening to Jay Huss recently.
Yeah.
With the release of that new song, It's Crazy. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't listen to Little Uzi in general.
That's
Before this and so I don't have a problem with him. General about separating the art from the artist. I don't tend to really separate the art from the artist.
Okay.
To be honest, it's not really something I do as a person. I think for me to buy into your art, I need to buy into your story. I need to buy into who you are. That's my approach. So I've never had a problem stop listening to someone.
Yeah.
And I think for me, there's an abundance of art out there. So cutting one person off because I don't agree with their values or who they are is not hard for me.
I hear it.
So it's not listening to R. Kelly didn't cost me nothing. I'll be honest with you. I'm not that passionate about any of those songs.
I hear it.
But they didn't hit me like that. And I'll be honest with you, I've got lots of artists that I really like, but if they cross a line for me,
That's it.
you're easily replaced in my eyes.
Yeah.
I hear it.
There's an abundance of great art out there. So if it doesn't, so I tell people, if it doesn't align with your faith and stuff like that, to me, there's no such thing as separating the art from the artist.
Agreed.
If the artist is someone whose value you just can't get behind. There's just no separating the two. If I can't get behind
It's
you,
real.
and who you are, then because your art is directly influenced by who you are
Yeah.
and where you come from. I don't see it as a separation. There's always something embedded about who you are in that
In the
process
music.
and
Yeah.
working and what you're creating. So
You said it perfectly, man.
I just can't separate the two. So I think in terms of Huss, I think it's also perception how you view the person, the artist, and what they're saying. So how you take them seriously. So J Huss, I don't even like talking about you because I don't want to be misquoted, but I've never been immersed in all those Bunsum talks or anything like that. So I've never taken it in like this is something, which is why I've always listened to the music. So I like the stuff I like. When it's just how I viewed him as a person. It's always been somewhat comedic to me. Which is why I've never put too much emphasis in the songs. You were talking about the new song when he was going crazy, talking about that devil stuff. Me being me, I can hand on my heart. I've never heard that song. I've never even gone to it to listen to it to click on it. Yeah, because more or less from the reactions, I could just tell the little. I just said that song sounds.
It's a bit off for me. Yeah,
not even off. It's just like. I like good music, innit? And most of the time, I listen to mainly gospel and R&B anyway.
Okay.
Really?
So when it comes to rap and things like that, I just think rappers chat shit in general. So even my friends, sometimes I'll be listening and I'm just like, shut up, man. like, and that's what but in general, because that's just the type of, but more or less in general, like, the music kind of fits my personality. And I think R&B, there's even more depth.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to hear something that's going to make me think or put me in a certain mood. And I listen to a lot of gospel. Yeah. So in general, and day to day, when it comes to rap and hip hop, there's particular things I want to hear you say.
Yeah.
It needs to be relatable. So the type of rap I listen
it doesn't relate. Yeah.
It's not like that type of, you know what I mean? It's either got to make me want to feel rich.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Rich.
That's it, man.
Or it's got to remind me of a time in my life and it's relatable in that sense.
Or inspire you or something.
Inspire me. So some things I'll be like, so I love like pot of paper and stuff like that. He's talking certain things because of certain things, blah, blah, blah. I get what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And I fully understand and I'm like, oh, yeah,
I get
it. That's me. That represents kind of how I've come up and whatnot. So and when I'm listening to others like drill, I don't like violence as a person.
Yeah.
From young upbringing, seeing it, close proximity, I know what it looks like. I don't like violence.
Yeah.
So I've never really gravitated towards drill. I don't listen to drill. So that's why I've never really had big opinions on it because I don't like to hear, I don't want to hear someone talking about ching ching, this and that. It just doesn't inspire me. It doesn't do anything for me. So I've never had problems not listening to that. But in general, I'll root for the people.
Yeah.
Because I just want to see people do
well. Yeah.
So beyond the content. So long story short, I don't separate art from artists. It's not my approach. Other people might. That's to each their own, innit? But I'm very much like, I just don't see how you can separate the two when it comes to core values.
Yeah.
And someone not aligning with your core values. Like I'm very strict on that.
Yeah.
So, so there's a lot of rappers and stuff like that. More even just because what I see, how they conduct themselves, the things there. I'm just like, you don't really interest me. So your music would never really come to my radar. Yeah. With Huss, I think I've just more taken a line of like some of this. It's just comedic to me. Yeah. So I've never had a serious, in-depth opinion and on all those like kind of devil buns and this and that. I'm more chilled and laid back. So I just listen to him more because of it's just fun. Yeah. There's a lot of fun in his music. It's low intense, that type of thing. So
I feel you.
I don't even listen to us like he's a motivational speaker or anything like that. He don't influence me in that type of way.
Yeah. I think that's key though. I think we did say that a couple of episodes ago when we were talking about it and we're like, so long as you feel like you can listen to the music and it doesn't influence you in any sort of way, then it's personal to you. Yeah. And I feel like that's because music in general just moves people in different sort of ways. If you feel like the music is moving you in a sort of way which is leading you down a path which you shouldn't be going down, then obviously you got to cut it out. Yeah. Others, it doesn't move them in any sort of way. They don't feel any type of way about it. They just listen to it because they listen to the music. And that's it. If you're one of those people, then so be it. But if not, then you got to run.
Down, innit? All right. Next thing on the list is, did we speak about it? No, we did speak about it.
What's that?
So, Business is Business came out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And Gunna's album came out.
Yes, sir.
And obviously the whole situation with Gunna and Young Thug, the whole police situation.
Business being Young Thug's album, by the way.
Yes. Yeah. So, okay, so just a bit of context. Obviously, they've both gone to jail. They've released a clip of Gunna basically testifying as YSL is a gang. Everyone's now, well, a lot of people have gone against Gunna because of what he said, because he put Young Thug in a difficult situation. Then so Gunna released his album first, and everyone was questioning whether he was going to release a good album. It was a very good album.
Not very good. It was good. Not good.
Well, for his situation, I would say it's very good.
All things considered.
It was good. All right, cool. Business is Business came out a week after. There was the whole little promotion, the countdown and everything came out. It had quite a few features on it. Gunna's album didn't have no features. Young Thug's album had 2 Drake features. And for you to have Drake, they're assuming it's going to be a big album. So
2 Drake features, a 21 Savage feature, and a Travis Scott feature.
Yes. Okay, cool.
Huge
artist. So first week sales, Young Thug's album, 88K. On top of that, Metro Boomin kind of released his own version of the album as well.
Yeah.
So there was like another release of that.
Yeah, it was like a mini deluxe. Yeah, it had
and he released 2 songs. Young Thug's sale, 88K. Gunna's 84K. And looking at that, I'm kind of disappointed. I'm disappointed at Young Thug's album anyway. I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Gunna, for me personally, with everything that he's gone through, I think he did very well. I'm happy for the guy.
Do you think that like his crimes have been absolved now, or his crimes?
Do you know
his street crimes, Gunna's crimes of snitching? Do you think that that's been absolved now?
Should I tell you what I saw on Instagram? I can't remember who the comedian is yet, but someone did like a little clip on
like a sketch.
A sketch on them listening to Gunna's album. And one of those situations where he was like, he heard the music, he's like, oh, I ain't gonna listen to this. I'm never gonna listen to this. He started moving, started dancing to it because he knew that the song was vibey. And is that exact same situation? I feel like a bunch of people have talked, so they'll never listen to Gunna. They can't follow him. He's a snitch. This and that. But in the background, you're part of that 84,000 people that have contributed to his sales. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone on the surface wants to be hard and wants to be the person that's like, I can never listen to this guy because the streets say I can't listen to him.
Do you think a lot of people said they're not going to listen to Gunna?
A lot of people said
you know.
A lot of people.
There was
a lot of people in the scene.
Actually.
A lot of his fans.
Yeah.
Under his pictures, everything.
There was a concert that happened. It was quite a big concert.
Oh, in Atlanta, I heard something.
No, it was here. I think it was. It was something.
Well,
I'm tempted to say Kendrick. Yeah, it was like a concert, where there are a lot of
what is our business?
White people, a lot of white people in the crowd. And when Gunna was playing, you know, like the DJ when they're playing like music in between, Gunna came on, everybody started booing the song, and it was like white people booing the song as well. In this UK, I'm gonna try and work out what the concert was.
People took big sides in this.
But my thing is like, it's one thing for like, you know, in our little bubble.
I'm mad delusional.
It's crazy.
I really didn't think this was a thing, but a lot of people were like, and especially, so they were booing in the first instant, but I think a lot of people are kind of waiting for Young Thug's
to say something.
Or at least just to let us know like what side he stands on.
That everything's okay.
Yeah, but because he hasn't said anything, and bearing in mind, so Business is Business, this is the first album where there's been no Gunna feature since 2017. It's a long time for this to not happen. So I think a lot of people are like, waiting. I don't give a heck, bro. Gifted to Curse was a good album, and I'll continue to listen to Wanna. Okay, period. That's my thoughts.
No, because the reason I ask you is because to me it's like, see, when things are polarizing, the people who are gonna do what they're gonna do, they don't say anything.
Yeah, exactly.
For real.
It's true.
So people forget all the people who are always gonna listen to the album anyway.
They're not talking.
You don't need to say nothing.
Yeah.
You're just gonna go listen. It's
100%.
the people who feel like they want to do something edgy and cool. They're gonna
talk the loudest.
Show face and talk the loudest. So I feel like even with the artists, like, cool, like maybe a Dirk. I think Dirk said something.
Dirk said something. Lil Baby said something.
But when you look at the numbers, those are just 2 people.
Exactly.
But they have a huge following though.
I don't care about Lil Baby's following, to be honest.
So they're gonna that haven't said anything.
But I think that's the problem.
We don't know what Beyonce thinks.
Not Beyonce.
But that's the thing. But that's the thing.
What I'm saying, we don't know.
You got to look at the context.
Beyonce could be in a changing room
vibing to fuck you mean.
Yeah, but Dirk's fans and Baby's fans would generally be fans of Gunna, essentially, because it's from the same kind of scene. You get what I mean? And it's all about proximity. So the people within the scene that care about Thug, Gunna, Dirk, Baby, there's only a handful of people. It's a lot of people, but it's a handful of people.
Yeah.
You can say that they intersect with each
They
other.
do.
But
So people pick sides. Like when, for example, shout out No Signal, when you did the
Gunna
versus Baby situation.
Yeah, the NS10v10.
NS10v10. There was
Which
literally
I
a Baby side and a Gunna
out
side.
of, but by the way.
People that were on Twitter that were literally backing one or the other, and it was like going back and forth, right?
Agreed.
So it's like people actually go by what that artist says. So as soon as Dirk and Baby came out and said they don't mess with Gunna anymore, and we haven't heard anything from Thug, there was a lot of people.
I disagree with that. I do think as well when it comes to like art, boy, especially with music, if it's good.
It's good.
It's
man.
good.
No one's gonna say
Facts.
anything,
Like,
man.
Because remember, there's a lot of people who might have taken those starts, but when they're hearing, even let's say people we might tune into this, when they hear people say it's good, they're gonna be like, it's good. My thing is more that with stuff like that, I guess the whole thing has kind of been weird to me and bizarre because it's like, from a UK perspective as well. One, I'm not American.
That's it. That's
so
it.
I'm beyond that. I don't know the laws.
Yeah.
I don't know the laws from strict like legal laws.
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know how it operates because they get the types of plea deals they get, how it works between federal and state laws. There's all those distinctions.
It's complex.
And they also it's very complex. Then their street stuff and how they maneuver things.
Yeah,
it's also
Completely
it's
different.
different way over there. I don't know nothing about nothing, and you haven't heard Young Fog say nothing as well. Like he's been very because I feel like in his position, but he's tweeting. He could have tweeted that boy a snitch.
Time ago.
Yeah.
Time ago.
Of course, there might be legal reasons.
Yeah.
Which adds to my point that it's complicated because there's things in operation that I'm just like, you know what?
That you're not aware of.
That stuff is way too complicated. See me? I'ma just vibe to the music. If something concrete comes up that I'm like, okay, cool, he's done something that like, of course, that coming from snitching and all of these things is meaningful to someone like me. Then I could, but for now, I'm like, I don't know nothing to know.
That's it. Let me just listen to the music.
100%.
And I think the one thing, because I listened to Joe Budden talking about him as well, and he was he was on the side of, okay, this guy's a snitch. He said what he said.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'm gonna wait for the music to come out and I'm gonna see what people say.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, the music speaks for himself.
Thank you.
The guy's a great artist.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it. He had no features. He obviously did it on a lower budget than what he's done before. But for the fact that he doesn't have the money that he had before and he was still able to release something like this and it was such a good quality, hands down, this guy is a great artist.
Facts.
And he just left it there.
Shout him.
He's gonna. I mean, he should be alright, man.
yeah.
I think he should be all right as well.
I know for sure he'll be.
I hope he's all right.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
I hope he'll be all right.
Praise him up.
All right. So you had a question about 21 Savage.
I did, but I don't know if I want to ask it anymore. Maybe it can be a quick fire, yeah?
Yeah.
So I saw a tweet the other day and it really made me laugh. Basically, it said that 21 Savage is becoming the new Big Sean.
What?
What?
Sorry?
Explain.
The corny juice is starting to reach him still.
Really?
Yeah. Like people are starting to say like, you know when like Big Sean was at his like highest and he would make stupid lines like the ass go boing and like stupid shit like that, yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Basically they're saying like that's what 21 Savage is turning into, like.
Whoa.
No, but the album with him and Drake was all right though.
Yeah, but like he's saying some stupid stuff in there, you know, like
what that happened.
yeah, he like
Music's
he's
just
saying
coming
super
in
corny lines
quick
like
and fast.
I can't really think of. There was one the other day that I heard, and I was like, "This is some foul shit, man." So yeah, that was my question.
Heard 21 Savage say some grimy stuff. That's the thing.
No, but he doesn't really be saying that though. Like,
Yeah, but he's not.
they don't ask me for ID because they know I'm 21. Like, shut up! Like, what are you saying right now?
He's good now,
guy?
innit? He's living a different life. At least he's not like
don't
Pusha
try to
T.
change his ways.
Pusha T that's still back in the cocaine days.
He's actually coming to tour, by the way.
Where?
Yeah, he's coming
Where?
here.
Yeah, where?
He's coming here. He's coming here. He's gonna be at
Cocaine Tower.
I think the Hammersmith Apollo. He's gonna be out here.
I'm not gonna
Or
lie, I
Shepherd's
might
Bush
go.
Empire, or maybe one of them.
I'm going.
I might go.
What's the tour? It's
Actually,
for the
nah, I
new,
might not, man. I
thing.
went to the Locks concert and that was not.
Was it
What
bad?
the hell are you
then,
doing
man.
that for, my
Come on,
guy?
man.
Styles P is my favorite rapper, and he couldn't
Really?
make it. He couldn't even make it. He had issues of immigration, but no,
Yeah.
Styles P is my favorite ever rapper.
Wow.
You know what? It was a really good concert, but it was mad because I went to Ari Lennox the day before.
Okay.
Contrast
contrast.
was
Mad.
Nah, when I say like Ari Lennox was like 80% women,
Yes.
Okay.
Then you go to the Lots concert the next day.
Niggas.
It's
jackets.
with the ER. You know it's different when you step in there and they're just smoking weed.
Yeah, right.
And even the women that were there, they look like they were. You know, I'm not saying that. Yeah, like it was. Like I don't mind. Obviously, like after a while, I kind of got into it because I walked in there and I was just like scary.
You scary?
Yeah, scary.
Now when you see someone that's like 45 and I'm just like, who's babysitting the kids today? And they're just like, and they're in your face, man. You know that. And when Jada and she could do like they were phenomenal. Like phenomenal.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Like I loved it, but it was just funny.
Really
like,
scaring the hose like that.
Like when I first I said, damn. Damn. I said, ain't no hills up in here, but. But no, I think Push will be a good vibe though.
Yeah,
a good vibe.
As much as I'm saying, I will actually go.
What are you going for?
For the sake of it.
Man.
He's not going
I
with
can't
me.
lie. There
I'll go
are
Push T.
a couple of songs of the new album that I enjoyed, but like relax, man.
And do you know what? I think it'll
He
be
might
alright.
bring out Pharrell.
That's what I'm saying. It might be alright.
I don't know if he's bringing out anyone other than
I don't think he's bringing out anyone. He's come before. He didn't bring out shit.
No, but someone that I was very shocked.
Selfish though.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
You think so?
he's rapping us.
Imagine
loves
he brings
himself.
out like Tiana Taylor. Hey.
No.
I'm sorry, respect me.
No,
And
no,
I
he
love
wouldn't.
Tiana
He
Taylor,
wouldn't do
but
that.
Big man.
He'd probably bring out his brother though.
To bring out.
He'd probably bring out his brother.
No malice.
Wow! This is
crazy.
No, but you can see his brother's now making more appearances.
This ain't a Pharrell show.
I'm afraid,
boy.
yeah,
Imagine
man.
shouting out No Malice in the concert. That's No Malice.
No malice.
Sorry.
No malice.
What?
So many syllables.
Yeah,
Get
keep
it
that
out.
in France.
What? God.
But before we go on to the main topic, obviously we went to Babyface Ray.
Oh, we did.
Went to Babyface Ray.
Face Ray, man.
Someone I wasn't expecting to come out was Digga D.
Oh, he came out.
Yeah, you was dead. Did you not see
I
him?
didn't go to Baby.
Bro, he
Oh,
wasn't
Toby didn't go. It was your brother.
Yeah.
Oh my, you missed out, mate.
Shout out, my nigga. Cheers.
Yeah, man.
You missed out, mate.
We had a good time. I'm not gonna lie, it was good.
I don't know why I thought he was there.
Don't know.
He was
It's
there in
gonna be-
spirit, man.
Yeah.
Well, me, I wish I was though.
It was, but if we're talking about like scary, what that place was niggas.
That one was
Serious.
wild.
Niggas.
I
What?
saw some shorties there.
Yeah, there was just three of us.
Bro,
babes.
look,
That's
as
it.
you know,
Three of us.
what scared me the most, yeah, was that as we went in, yeah.
Not scared.
No, 100. No, what scared me the most is that as we walked in, I was like, okay, I know what type of vibe I'm getting as I saw people in the queue.
Right.
Walked in, security just looked at my ID, asked me, did I even get tapped?
Literally, them vibes.
Didn't-
I didn't even see anyone.
I didn't get tapped.
Village Underground.
Is that Camden?
It's
Shoreditch.
opposite like the curtain. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I didn't get tapped.
Degree event.
So for the fact that I didn't get tapped, I know,
Shoreditch for event in 2023 is brazen.
Mental.
bro,
Wow.
it's
Wow,
long.
man.
It's
A
long.
rap concert.
A rap
as
concert.
well.
Bro.
Rap concert.
But the thing is, yeah, as soon as
99.9%
H
niggas.
Hotel, whatever that
Yeah,
hotel
very
was.
much.
Yeah.
Ace.
Ace, yeah.
Oh,
Bro.
rest in peace.
didn't get tapped, walked inside, I was
Yeah.
like,
How was
damn.
it though?
It was a good
It
show.
was good. It was
I
good.
think Babyface Ray, like, man, obviously he didn't use a backing track. He was just playing his tracks.
Oh, was he? Was he?
You know, on Spotify, basically. He wasn't.
Yeah, it was on beat, but
He was
you
on
could
beat.
you could hear that you're playing the song and he
Yeah,
just
man. The
Man
voice
starts
is not.
singing and the voice is like,
Voice not voice.
He doesn't respect you, like.
nah, he
No.
doesn't.
Do you know
The show
what?
was 45 minutes as well.
He's a lazy rapper.
Show was.
He says he's a lazy rapper.
Lazy rapper.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, man. He phoned someone back and we just went to
Yeah.
London.
That's it. He's a
I
lazy.
just got some bread from them.
Yeah.
He done a quick dash.
Hey.
It was a quick one, but no, it was good. It was a nice little vibe.
Yeah, it was a good vibe.
Shout out Babyface Ray.
Shout out Babyface Ray.
Yeah,
He
man.
ain't
But
got
next time he needs to do
He
something
ain't got
better,
the
man.
budget yet.
Nah, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I
Village
think
Underground. That's letting you know he ain't
yeah,
got
the
the
budget is
People
not.
were
budget.
smoking weed in that place as well.
Yeah, the
There was
capacity's
one-
small, man.
There was one guy in front of us, yeah. The way I wanted to just throw him off the.
I wish I slapped his neck.
Came
I
out
should
from
have.
nowhere. He had a cup. He was just moving mad,
He
and
had
I
an
tapped
empty
him.
double cup. Yeah, the polystyrene cups. You know,
Yeah.
it was printed with some manner of a logo. Yeah,
Oh.
and the songs would come on, and he'd be like recording Babyface and recording himself with the empty cup, going like this, and then he was like rolling weed like while we were trying to dance. Yeah,
That was the
And he was
scariest
getting
bit
in
for
our
me, to
way.
be honest.
he was getting in our way. So I was like, yo, like Relax. He's like, I'm sorry, man. Babyface Ray is my favorite artist. He inspired me, man.
That's what he was like. He's my inspiration. I was like, what the heck are you talking
So you
about?
understand? And he was like, so you get it. And then just continued doing what he was doing. Like, didn't say sorry.
No, but you can't even be angry at someone like that.
like,
No,
he
He was
man.
like, it's my inspiration. So you understand? And then just
When he told me that, I just went,
The guy's happy. Like,
This knows me. I'm like short term. Like I was something
Yeah.
like that. But even something like that, I just have to look at man and be
It's
like,
bro,
fair
that's it.
enough.
I can't even
Fair
fight
enough.
himself.
He is my inspiration, man. It changed my life, man.
mad.
Thanks.
You can't even be angry at that. You
No.
just have to-
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
We just left him to just get on with the night,
What
man.
he's doing,
No
man.
way. He was shaking. Oh, shout at him. All right.
But
are
yeah.
we moving into the next
Yeah,
one?
let's go, man.
Let's
Let's go.
All right, guys. So every time that we have a guest, you know, special guests like Fey, you know, good people like this coming into the studio, we have to play a simple game of 21 questions. We say 21 questions. We're not actually going to ask 21 questions.
But it's random questions.
Yes, but we want to get, you know, in deep, get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Pause.
Pause. Pause.
Wow, I didn't know.
Oh my goodness.
As you were.
Drink your water. All right. So
Right, okay. Am I going to ask the first question?
no. So just to give you a heads up, we've been watching you.
Yeah.
We've seen what you've been doing. So what do you mean?
Why did we say pause then? What's going on?
No, because we've been watching you. What
Alright.
are you talking about?
Sorry, Google.
Uh,
Titty.
shut up.
You know, we've
So we've
seen
been
your
watching
journey.
you. We've seen what you've done.
That
So
was
So-
an Amber Alert.
shaky.
It's shaky.
So we've been observing.
No.
no.
You've seen the journey.
Yeah, we've seen the journey. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. We've seen the journey.
Now, wait, have you not been watching Mason Cam though? Like,
No.
you need to watch them. Mason Cam, you need to watch them.
No. I
Then
haven't.
everything will be. They are. Anyway, continue.
Okay,
There's
well,
too many pauses.
Watch them. Oh yeah, listen, they are nuts. For 40 match. They are so funny because they talk sports. It's like
Yeah.
having a sports show.
Right.
But imagine
Oh, no.
Murder Mace and Cameron.
Oh, I've seen.
Do you know what? We've seen the clip. We've seen the clip.
Have
And
we?
when May said something, and Cameron just looked at him like,
Like,
I can't remember what he
No, when they were talking about, I think they were talking about gay men in Atlanta or something in Atlanta, and he was like, "And where are you from?" And he was like, "Atlanta."
I don't
Yeah,
want
I've
to ruin
seen
it.
it.
To
He
you,
said,
but
All right, no, you need to
there's
show
a
me.
thing on
you need
Twitter.
to watch
Shout out them,
it.
but they look so old.
Nah, but they're so funny.
They look
Like,
really
they're gonna
old.
get picked up by someone.
Think so.
They're
I hope
so
so.
funny.
Sorry,
But
what-
yeah,
Alright.
right, yeah, we've
So,
seen your journey.
We've seen your journey.
Okay.
And then we've been thinking about all the questions that we want to know and everyone else will want to know as well. So we're going to start at the very beginning. Yeah. So where did the vision to get into art, where did that come from?
So, literally, I think one line. You listen to Northside Benji, innit? So he's got one song. It's like started accidental and it turned monumental. Like that's how it starts. And literally, this whole thing started accidentally. The starting point is I love art and I'm passionate about art. So even if I wasn't painting and doing what I was doing, I'll be in art galleries. So put that aside. The second point is I've always been gifted at art. So I've always been good from school, but I didn't study academically. I didn't pick it to study vocationally or anything like that. No. So after year 9, didn't pick it for GCSEs. My art teacher, I don't know, maybe one day I'll ever bump into him if he remembers me. He was so disappointed.
Really?
Bro.
So disappointed. Like he was just like he literally said to me, "You have no idea what you're
Wasted your
throwing
talent."
away."
Why did you decide not to do it for your GCSEs?
I can't lie. Like I'm just brilliant, regardless.
He was like, I didn't need this.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, I've got 12 GCSEs, A's, stars and A's.
Mad.
Pretty much
Yeah,
like
fake.
case knows that it's not.
Take
So it wasn't like
Mad.
It was like,
not
I-
picking art wasn't like
I didn't need a certificate.
I can't
No.
lie. Faye is very smart. He's very, very intelligent.
Yeah,
From when I
like-
met him in college.
Oh.
From when I met him, my first impression, apart from the fact that he was fucking rude and antsy,
I've grown a lot.
no, Faye had like, I'm better than everybody. You man are bare dumb. Like,
You know you're so you know what you're capable of.
Faye knows
my
himself. One thing
days.
about Faye knows himself, and he believes that
That's a
he
blessing.
really is
That's a
that
huge
nigga.
blessing.
You know what I
Were
mean?
you the guy that
From
looked at
day.
someone, they said the wrong answer in class?
No, do you know what it was? It's like,
100%.
no, do you know what it is? See in school, yeah, because like I guess like I'm dynamic, so I'm like here or there or whatever. So it's like people So if you know me, even in general, once you hear me speak and you get in the comment, you're like, he's fucking intelligent.
Yeah.
And my range. But generally, I'm very chilled.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about anything. I'll kind of meet you at your level. And I like people to be comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not about going in and intimidating anyone.
Right,
I'm going to go in, then you're going to know I'm in there.
Yeah.
But I'm going
You
to
can
make
dial
you
it back if you need to.
chill that we can all be in there. But
hear
you're
it.
going to know I'm here. Like, let's not get it twisted. Like, you're going to know I'm in here.
Right.
But in my, I'm gonna let you be comfortable as well.
Yeah, I'll be respectful.
Because that's what I grew
Yeah.
up on. Respect first and foremost.
Right.
Regardless, it doesn't matter if you're up here.
Yeah.
So my granddad, grandparents who brought me up, they were like, he was an archbishop. And you know, back home, especially if you have that type of title, when you walk into a room,
Yeah.
it don't matter if you're a millionaire or who you are, like his brothers,
Everyone.
but he just showed me from young, he walks into the room, he's the one going around greeting and saying hi.
Humble.
Rather than everyone. So I saw that level. So regardless, if I come, you've seen, I'm going to say hi, I'm going to be cool.
Yeah.
So, but with school, going back to the main point was, I've never been under pressure to pick things because more or less I was all right picking whatever. I think this is probably the first time in my life where I felt compelled to excel and to push myself to excel, where I felt like my back's against the wall and I've committed to something saying this is all or nothing. But throughout my whole life, I've never had to have that because whatever I do, it didn't need to be all or nothing because I'll be all right.
Yeah.
And more or less, I just kind of just moved through the motions, stayed within myself, so I didn't push myself to be doing it. Because I was getting like my art homework, I used to do it in the morning on the school bus. And I'll still get credits and stuff. Just quickly sketch it, do whatever. And my teachers, they're raving about, I call my friends now, they'll tell you, yeah, he will do his own work on the bus and he will help me do something sketch. I'll say, I ain't going to help you get an A,
but you're going to get through.
I'll give you something.
Yeah.
You'll pass.
You'll cut through. Let's not get it confused. I'm going to bring us all in. But
After that, it's you.
Because I need to leave you something to do.
Of course,
yourself,
yeah.
so
Right.
that's how it was with art. But I think art was more because I'm Yoruba and we're Nigerian. So being creative and artistic, it's not unique.
It's
kind of like,
I would say it's natural.
You go Nige, like, and you go on everyone can draw.
Yeah.
True.
People can create
you know
at
what?
that level.
Even as you're saying that, yeah, I remember a time when I was in primary school. My dad as well, because obviously me as well. I love art as well, and I used to, when I was young, I used to tell my dad to draw certain things, and the one thing that my dad used to draw was an elephant, and I'm not gonna. A3 piece of paper, I asked him to draw an elephant. He will draw an elephant. I remember
really, really well.
Yeah, my dad.
I
I don't think he can do it right now. Like
wow.
He'll probably need to do a few more sketches.
Right.
But in his prime, yeah, my dad,
elephant's getting drawn
yeah.
out.
And it wasn't one of those ones where I knew my dad could draw.
Yeah.
It was just one of those ones. I asked him to draw it, he would draw it, and it just looked good, just naturally. So
That's
going back to what you're saying,
Yeah.
If you like, so create, because remember I was born in Nigeria, so those things. Yeah, I was born there, so I came here about 6, 7. So I came here young, but I could still speak Yoruba and things like that.
Fluently.
But yeah, so
damn man, that's another game.
but knowing kind of that, I think the real reason I pointed that out is because I wasn't in an environment where it was seen as, or it was encouraged, or it was nurtured, or anyone put emphasis on it. The only person that probably even hinted at kind of nurturing it a bit was my art teacher. But this Fey and that Fey, two different. Just different. I was not talk about art. What are you talking about? That was 3 double period by the time I hit year 9. That wasn't even a lesson. Art and science by the time I hit year 9.
Yeah, forget it.
Year 9, they kicked me out of the science labs.
Right.
Oh, I swear.
So from year 9 until I left secondary school, I didn't go to science classes. I wasn't allowed in the classes because I was just dumb. I don't think I meant it, innit? I don't think, but I just said I'll burn down the class because I was. I don't think I meant it, but I don't know because that was years ago. So I don't know where I was.
I was like, I'm done with this. I'm about to burn down this
Let's
class.
get this guy out of the class.
Yeah,
No.
he was scared.
Yeah, the
Probably, but-
Why would he not be? I'm gonna burn this place down now. But I was just joking.
But I mean, I probably could have asked my head a year in year 10 and they might have put me, but I didn't care anyway. I didn't want to go science. I just saw it as 3 double periods. I used to get the handouts and stuff. But academically, like, I wasn't brilliant because I didn't push myself to be brilliant, but I was good.
Yeah.
So like to be brilliant, you have to kind of have that bit of push. So
And they put the
I was
effort in.
brilliant in the sense of I got A's and stuff with no effort going to secondary school, all boys school in South London in the early 2000s and stuff. So that's an achievement in itself.
Yeah, 100%.
So like my parents, like, I could bring my mum and dad. They'll tell you they've never told me what to do in life.
Yeah.
Wow.
They don't even. My mum don't even really know what I do in life.
Mm.
She just knows
That's
I'm
different.
all right.
Same with my
But
That's different for a Nigerian, especially from my perspective, because not that my parents ever told me what to do. Really true. Our parents never really said that you have to do this, you have to do something.
No,
But there is
no, it was our
specific
God. No.
It was
It was
aunties,
external
uncles,
people
all
for
that kind of
us.
stuff.
Like
So
my,
it's like it was one of those ones where it's like it's interesting to see your perspective that your parents never pushed you down one route, but you still made decisions to do your own things.
Yeah. I think because I think if you lot didn't come to the opening night of my exhibition because my parents were there and my family were there, I think what it was is even till now, people have just always had an unwavering level of trust in me.
Mm.
From young, people have just trusted me to do things.
That's
So-
a really healthy way to live.
So I've been blessed. I always say it's a privilege. So my
Yeah.
parents have just always trusted me to make decisions
Yeah.
and do things. And I guess from young, I always had a charisma, personality where you just kind of trust that kid.
Just independent. He
And you
knows
just
what he's
left him
doing.
and Be independent. So they left me to. So even my GCSEs, I picked it myself. All those
Crazy.
things. So they didn't have inputs in that sense. But
Yeah.
to make the point, I didn't pick art. So long story short, I went through academically. I studied law. Went through law, done the LPC. I think when I graduated from law. So getting to law, Kesi knows me from college. I was just in college for vibes. I was just smart. Like she will tell
I
you,
feel like everybody that went to our college.
yeah, like
vibes,
Kingston was
but
vibes. But I was
vibes.
an extra. Like I was
Extra vibes,
antisocial.
chilling.
I didn't talk to no one. Like
Wow.
she knows even college days, I might not come college for weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'll just pop up out of
Yeah,
nowhere and
yeah.
you're just like, where have you been? And I'm just like,
And he might not reply. He really don't. He really don't.
but it's because like back obviously there was a lot going on,
Yeah.
like externally, like
Yeah.
growing up in Peckham, like all that type of thing.
Yeah.
So mentally and like
It wasn't the best.
Came
yeah,
with
so
its
it
own
was
set of-
like
yeah.
Damn.
I was really like young, like not unique to me, but people all us me in that type of world and growing up through all that, like it was crazy times. So going to uni was just to get out of that.
Yeah.
So I didn't even want to go uni. I really didn't apply for uni like that. Because first year of college, I think my attendance was like 40%.
Right.
That was the first time I ever saw E's before in my life. I saw D's and E's. I said, yeah. What's this?
From the
A's to A stars,
Yeah.
D's and D's.
What? Do you know what my?
day.
Do you know what my rudest awakening was? Yeah, because I did my maths GCSE in year 10, so I've already got an A in maths in year 10.
Yeah.
So, year 11, I did statistics, and I
Right.
got a B. So statistics and science were my only B's. Everything else was A's or A stars.
Wow.
So I've said, cool, if I get an A in year 10,
I'm good.
I'm good now. Kingston. Stupid place.
Different.
I went Kingston. I said, I put on there. They said, what do you want to do? I said, anything, man. The A, maths on there. I put maths. I think I put history. I put geography.
Wow.
Look at the subjects I'm
Okay, you just went lucky dip. That was
I
it.
said maths, history, geography, and English.
English, yeah.
Because we were in English language. So I
Wow.
said, cool. Maths was like, I'm like, I want to show off. I said,
Yeah.
put maths in there, man. They said, for Kingston, you had to do tests
Right.
to prove you could do
Yeah.
A-level maths.
Wow.
I walked in there, turned over the paper. I looked at it. I
what?
said, huh?
What's this?
I looked at him. I said, huh? I turned it over again. I said, I don't. Maybe they got it wrong. Like, where's the foundation? Where's the foundation level? No. I turned it over. I see it again. Yeah, hey, God is good. I see one guy get up and walk out. I said, yes.
So it's possible. You can't leave. You can't actually get out of here.
I said, my friend, you understand what we're doing?
Wait, did he just leave it?
Yo.
What do you mean?
It's time to go.
No,
What
that's
did you
that's
say?
that's a real moment, you know. I saw someone do that at uni. That was crazy.
What? Within 10 minutes, I said, my boy.
I'm meeting you.
I said, my boy. I turned it over. I said, I didn't write my name. I didn't put nothing.
Nah,
I was
I'm not
never
ready for
here.
this.
I did not attempt. I did
No
not
face, no
attempt to
case.
mark it
Ain't
off.
doing this.
I'm much strict. Upstairs, I said, I said, that maths, I said,
different.
we do not have the capacity. I said, we do not have the capacity.
Do you know what, yeah? I'm not going to lie. I don't even want to imagine what was on that paper because...
Hey, have people told you the jump from GCSE
yeah,
maths?
It's crazy.
Yeah, everyone keeps on saying it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
Doesn't make any sense.
It's like, you know, the other subjects, you go down.
Yeah.
So if I got A star in geography in GCSEs, I got D's and E's. So imagine what I would have gone through with maths. I saw the bracket.
This was more than big.
I said I don't remember y equals m squared again. I don't know, man. I went upstairs. I said, listen, what do you have?
Again, I don't want to get poisoned.
After you
I done philosophy, so I replaced with philosophy.
Okay.
And I got so ultimately by A2 I got AAB. So I got A in philosophy, A in history, and B in English language and literature.
Oh wow.
So second year A2, do you know how much retakes?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even talk about my upbringing. By the time I got to second year, towards the end of second year, this is how crazy my life, just to show people. I used to go to college. I had probation 4 times a week. I was on tag till 6 p.m.
Wow.
And I had 200 hours community service.
Damn.
What?
So on Saturdays. So I used to go. Remember, that's why people don't understand why I
disappeared.
When I'm in college and people are trying to be friendly,
not now.
You don't even have
fighting
time
for my life.
Life
I don't
ain't
stop.
friendly, bro.
Don't stop right now.
Respond to you.
Right.
Like, you don't know what I'm thinking of. You lot are thinking about. I'm thinking
about life.
Am I gonna go jail
Today,
bro?
right
You know,
now,
so
today.
I used to, because by the time I turned 18 in January, so
Yeah.
once you're 18, you can go probation.
Yeah.
And I was on tag. And then I come off tag for a bit. Then I went back on in the summer before uni.
Wow.
So when all of that's happening, remember, I live in Peckham.
Yeah, man.
They're sending me, I'm going to college in Kingston, zone 6.
Wow.
And I'm paying all of that myself there.
When I'm trying to make a joke.
Train ticket used to give and then there was a point where so I've always been lucky because people loved me.
Yeah.
For my so people also, I used to stay at one of my friends who was like family in Waterloo, so that I can go to college quicker and I was still kind of running around on the streets doing what I was doing to make money, blah blah blah. So I had to go back to court and tell them, this 6 p.m.
It's not working.
It don't work for me,
brother.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work out. Like, how do you lot expect me to go to college and do something with my life? Remember Kingston?
It's far.
Classes used to go until 5 p.m.
5 p.m.
Yeah.
In college.
9 to 5. Yeah.
Damn.
Well, it depends. You'll have free
Winter,
periods
I
in
remember
between.
January
Yeah.
it's still cold, so
It's dark.
I'm not like, bro, you lot are trying to kill me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do all of that, come back,
I need to
and then
run
some
home.
days I have to have probation,
Yeah, long day.
and do all of that. I'm like, listen, at some point,
Something's
something's
go
gotta
wrong.
give, and more than likely, I'm gonna
Crazy.
give all that up.
Yeah.
Because that's a hype to me, and I'm gonna go way over here.
Yeah.
So I kind of had that frank conversation with my probation officer saying, I'm trying to do the best there, innit? But
But if
you
I
don't
can't,
wanna encourage
And
me
force
to
me down another route.
even look at that path. You lot gotta give me some sort of leeway and
Yeah,
blah blah
right.
blah. So they figure some stuff out. So getting to uni, luckily my grandma, before she died, first year, I think when I was applying for unis, she was just like, there's too much stuff going on over here. You need to get out of the environment. Like, we ain't a rich family, innit? So we can't send you. Because when I was young, they went to send me to America. I said, to do what?
Yeah.
I said, to be with who? And remember, my little brother was still a baby then. And I'm like he's like my son. And I said, I'm not leaving him.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not leaving him. I'm not leaving my mom. Because as soon as he was born, within a year, my dad left. So I'm kind of like, I said, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
So, and she was like, you need to leave. The best you can do, go uni. So I went uni, done all of that. Art came back to kind of bring it back because postgraduate depression.
Oh, wow.
That'll do it.
Wow.
That'll do it.
That's real.
That'll
So
do it.
I've got
That's
uni
real.
up until I just picked law for vibes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, mad.
I just picked it for vibes because I just thought, what can I do that I'm interested in?
Yeah.
And my life's mad. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a priest. Then it became architect, and then I said law in the end.
Yeah.
So I picked law just for vibes.
Okay.
I did not know how to really become a lawyer in the UK until like the last 6 months of third year.
Great.
Wow.
That's the time though.
What do you mean?
That's the time.
Not if you're serious.
I'm being serious. Like most people in uni that I went to, and especially in other unis too, that everyone had an idea that you can go and study law, become a solicitor or a barrister. No one actually knew the set path, unless you're one of the top kids in the uni.
Who got the training contracts and got the and
had
they
it
had
all
jobs
locked
and
up.
didn't do
Everyone else was
postgraduate
like,
depression.
Towards the end of the third
The
year,
rest
it was
of
like,
us, what was we doing?
now it's like, well, you know that the year before
Barfest.
we doing vacation schemes and all that. Like,
Macro.
Really?
list everything. 6 months. Like, yeah. Oh, so that's how you do it.
Yeah, did.
Actually, it was good
It's a
though.
very set
Hey,
path.
shout out
Serious,
It's
man.
a very set path. So the people were getting like they're going straight into work after uni.
Yeah.
They've done like vacation schemes, which is
Yeah,
basically
man.
like 1 week internship.
Was it open for you guys, or did you have to find that yourself?
You could find it yourself. Your school, your university will help you with some of them, but if you wanted to get the good ones,
It's
you
like
have to find it
you
yourself.
know,
You have to,
No,
no, you have to be
Oh.
serious.
But you have to
You
be
have to
good.
be serious.
It's competitive.
Okay, okay.
It's like
Because
getting
it's like
Okay.
in life, if you know what you want to do,
Yeah.
it's like those young kids, for example. It happens a lot in sports. When an 8-year-old says, "I want to be this," you go out and you find out all the information.
Yeah.
But the lucky point, some people they also have parents
Mm.
who are gonna help. Like I said, I don't ever use it as a diss to my parents or whatever. But they don't have a Scooby.
Yeah.
Of
They only
nothing.
did the best they could.
So they only did the best. So I'm trying to learn things myself with no
Yeah.
guidance. Like most of my family as well, extended, a lot of them are in America. So we're kind of the only ones in the UK, navigating all that street stuff and going
Yeah.
through all of that. So it's just a lot going on for someone who's 18, 19. So I've gone uni. You're just trying to heal. I'm just trying to be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
facts.
lost friends and stuff like that. So I'm just there trying to like, just be cool. Like,
Yeah.
so even I always tell people, I'll be transparent. I don't really remember that much of uni.
Bro, I say
I have
this
a PTSD
all
of
the
all the
time.
weed I was smoking. I really don't remember
All the time.
that much of my uni.
Uni?
Yeah.
3 years.
Wow.
Like people say stuff like I might talk to me and they're telling me stories or do you remember that? I'm like, I'll be honest with you.
I don't
blur.
remember.
I was
No.
present,
Bro,
but I wasn't there.
there.
I wasn't
That is
there.
so mad.
So it's got to like the six months of whatever we're about to finish uni.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, "Right, life is real now. What are you gonna do?" So I don't know what's going on in London in the ends or whatever, and I'm about to come back. I have no idea. I've spent 3 years away from my mum's and family. You have to move back in. It's not the same.
Yeah.
The house looks
doing-
tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's out of place. So everyone's asking you, "Oh, you've got this fancy degree." Everyone expects you to like life is.
Yeah.
You're thinking, "Yeah, I must have a degree. I must be able to
Okay.
apply and within 10 jobs get an interview." Thanks.
That journey's long.
Hey, you see postgraduate depression.
Ah, man.
If you know, you know, and a
Crazy,
lot of us
man.
know.
Mm.
Crazy.
Not great at all, man.
Where I got blessed was, like I said, I have so much family in America. So I've spent, so that summer after uni, unfortunately, it came out of a sad situation. My cousin over there, who's like her sister, she lost her husband.
Wow.
Damn.
So she was alone and he just died randomly. So I said, cool, I'm going to go come spend some time with you. So I booked the ticket, had some money there, whatever. I spent 3 months in America that summer.
Wow.
Okay.
All in the East Coast. But when I'm in America, I go museums and galleries a lot. So as I'm doing that, I'm kind of seeing things. So I just bought a sketch pad and some pencils.
Wow.
Started drawing, and it's just to help me kind of like, for anyone else, if you're going through stuff, the best thing you can do for yourself is do something you're good at. Remember what you're good at and just do it for fun. No thing, because when you're down, you need to feel good. And the only way to feel better about yourself, because remember, I'm feeling like shit. I'm feeling like I'm nothing because how am I even gonna be anything in life? I'm someone who's always achieved things. I've always done well. I've always done all right. So that was the first time, and I guess maybe end of last year was the second time I had that kind of existential crisis of what's next. Like, who am I? Kind of figure out my identity. Like, what am I going? Because I'm like, cool. I spent 3 years away from the ends. I'm not that anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
You don't know who you are.
I'm not in that world. I'm also not like a corporate. I don't work. So like, who am I? What am I doing there? Like, I can't go back to this. I don't belong here. I don't belong there. So trying to fit in. So I'm in America. So I'm just drawing, sketching. That process, long story short, of starting from there, of creating, getting into it, sketching, doing things, all that. As the years built on, I've just started painting. I'm just creating. Every so often, people will say stuff. People will enjoy what I do. People will like what I do. People see the talent. then as that build, that's why I said what people see now is like a 6-year process, 7 years. This is this kind of pillar of that process from summer 2015, I guess. So about 8 years or so.
Wow.
Of picking up a sketchbook, painting. So that's why I say it's a lot of years that people are seeing now of just me sketching, drawing, figuring out my style, figuring out myself by myself. So as I've grown, every now and then, I'll stumble on something, people will like it. I'll paint something, people will like it. And I guess the first stage from there is I did it for myself, shared it a bit. And I started to do more to share to other people. As I was sharing it, people engaged.
Nice.
As people engaged, people took more of an interest. That gave me more confidence to share more and to do more. So I'm sharing more. So the big moments, I would say, the first big moment would be when I saw the first painting. The first painting I sold in January 2019. When did COVID start?
2020.
Was it 2020 or was it end of 2019?
No, 2020. February 2020.
February
March.
2020. Yeah. So my first painting I sold would have been January 2020 then.
Yeah.
So, and I sold it to Santan, Dave.
Sick.
Oh, wow.
The first painting. So that was the first moment I was like, cool, people take an interest in this stuff. I think towards the end of the year, I started sketching and doing the doodles. So as I'm doing the doodles and sketching on my iPad, I'd come up with an image. I posted it, people liked it.
So was that when you first created
Art Not
doodles that
Fashion
you do?
for Art by Trap for that? So when I came up with that style, because I sketch a lot, and one thing I practice is speed sketching.
Okay.
And when I practice speed sketching, in general, even with portraits of people, is to work with your mistakes.
Right.
Because you can't, if I time myself 5 minutes, and I use pens a lot when I sketch.
Right.
You don't have time.
Yeah.
You can't rub nothing out. So if I miss a line here, I don't even process it.
Just keep on going.
I'm just straight on to creating the image and creating something.
I remember you were saying in your exhibition that some of your paintings you've actually painted over other stuff.
Yeah, I've painted over other stuff and things like that because that's just how it imitates life and just learning to be quick, make decisions,
and adapt to it as well.
be decisive.
That's good.
And that goes into like my day-to job and day-to-day where I'm just very like, because once you get into more senior positions, you would know, man, there's no time.
Yeah.
You kind of just have to say,
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah.
So it trains my mind to work in that way. So as I've created that stuff, I think I must have posted on Twitter and someone was just like, these would look good on t-shirts. Just got a sketch of a t-shirt, a template of a t-shirt, put it on, I'm like, oh, this looks hard. So I'm thinking of names. So I'm just like, I'm just going to say Art by Trap. Because by Trap, whatever, like that comes from something, I just put it whatever. So I said, cool. Art Not Fashion was technically meant to be a just do it.
Oh, okay.
It was meant to be a slogan.
Right.
Because I wanted to emphasize, I am not selling. I draw a very fine distinction on what fashion is.
Right.
Because I'm a student, so I know it's a discipline. There's specific things about it. And I know that what I'm doing here, I don't want to minimize what fashion is.
Yep.
I want to be true to say that this isn't fashion. This is what it was, it's more art. I'm just selling art, but I don't want to sell prints or anything like that because it looks better on a t-shirt and it translates better. So I just said, you know what? Why don't you say it literally? Art Not Fashion is descriptive. It's literally saying, well, it's just like, just do it. Or so that's where Art Not Fashion actually came from. It was meant to be like a just do it.
Yeah.
But one thing I also learned, because I read Shoe Dogs, memoirs, is when things come, just go with it. There's always time to not even it's refine. It's just evolution. You start from somewhere and you go. That's why I don't believe in, what's the word people always say, rebranding.
Yeah.
I don't rebrand. It's just the next chapter. It's not a rebranding. We're not changing. We're not getting rid of
Just fine tuning.
We're just fine tuning. This is just the next stage. It's not rebranding.
Yeah.
We're not changing the brand. If I change the font or whatever, it's not a rebrand. It's just what it was before. It's done what it's needed to do.
Right.
And now
it's something else.
Something else. It's never
That's a great way to look
I don't
at it.
rebrand. Do you know what I mean? It's just, this is the next evolution. Even as a person, I've grown. I've always evolved. I've always changed. This is just the new iteration of who I am.
Yeah.
So now everything started from Art by Trap, making it Art Not Fashion. I would never say it's a rebrand. I would just say as it evolved, it was accidental. It was just a nice image, but me being me, kind of having that intelligence of how to commercialize things and reading between the lines, it grew into that brand. But then the art side of it, me creating, always continued.
Yeah.
I'm very experimental. I want to learn. I want to grow. So that's why I said up until the exhibition, coming of age, all those years prior to that point was me learning how to be an artist. Was me learning how to create images. Was me learning all of those things.
Yeah.
And if you look at the years, I'm talking 2015 to 2023. Think of the hours
Yeah.
I accumulated, because I would tell people there were years in that I didn't paint, but there was hours of learning and drawing and doing things behind closed doors. So it's like this, to get this image, that took me hours to get to. So, but people might not see it as hours, because I might say, okay, cool, the final product, when I finally painted what you see now, I could say I done that in 5 hours. Yeah. But I really didn't do it in 5 hours.
It's all the hours that you accumulated to get
hours
to this point.
Hours before.
Yeah.
So that was the journey in short of how I got it. It was a lot of accidental stuff and things kind of not working out in my favor, and kind of then figuring it out. But I guess ultimately the whole thing I learned is that I was always kind of born to tell stories, to be a storyteller. I was always born to communicate things with people and share messages with people. And I guess art is just a medium that allows me to do that.
Yeah.
So it's really what I've learned so far, and that's just the journey so far. So yeah, that's just long-winded, but it probably
it's needed, man.
Right?
I know, because you've explained the whole process, and getting to where you are right now, it's actually like I've taken everything in.
I feel like your story is something which a lot of people would need to hear.
Yeah.
Because just the transitions and the phases that you've went through is that you've identified a lot of things that people have gone through.
Yeah, 100%.
From being like a kid that was generally just, you understood, you knew yourself, you knew you were good at this, you knew you were good at that, until the point where it got to a point where you're just like, okay, that part of my life cannot take me to where I needed to go, so I need to now transition. Within that transition period, you're in a position where you're like, who am I now? What am I? Because I remember there's a time when you went through it too, when you were just like, he struggled to find his identity. I went through it too. I've been through it twice, actually.
I'm going through it now.
Uni, and most recently,
mine was like uni
last
times.
year or whatever. And we've been through it with the podcast too.
Yeah.
I think it's just a natural process of life, and you're looking for answers here and there, but you have to go through it to get to where you are now.
Yeah.
It's not something where someone can come in and help you out and someone has the answers. You just have to go through it.
Yeah. There was something that you said earlier which I really related to, and it's like, when you're younger, it was about when you were talking about when you were younger, and like you've just naturally been gifted at a lot of different things. I think we've spoken about this before. I've really struggled with this because there are, humbly speaking, a lot of things that I'm very good at. Yeah. And there is something about being really skilled when you're younger and like growing up and just absolutely not knowing what you're doing. Or for example, like, you're generally naturally very good. Like I never revised in school. I've just always kind of done all right. Like I've always done well. I never revised for uni. My attendance at uni was 12%. I've never 12. I got kicked out of my second year because of my poor attendance. I obviously got back and graduated, but like that's essentially like how serious I took school. I didn't respect it, and I still did all right. But when I came out of uni and like
the world hit you,
my gosh, like, what do you mean?
There's no
can't you see I'm amazing? Like, what do you mean I'm not gonna get the things that I wanted? So it was like, as far as my identity went, my mum has always told me like I'm generally like really skilled and stuff like that, and then like I got into the real world and I couldn't get the job that I wanted with my degree, and like things weren't working for me, like you said. So that related to me a lot, but it also, I felt like at a point it negatively affected who I am and how I saw myself as a person. Like I started to look at myself like, okay, hold on, like maybe I'm not the shit, like maybe I'm not as good as I thought I was, and I think it made things really difficult, like things that we're doing now, for example, like me hosting and having a podcast and like being on radio. It made it very difficult for me to get to a point where I was just doubting myself heavily because I thought I was good at something all my life. Yeah. I went through a period where those things weren't giving anything back. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't seeing anything coming from those things. And then when I actually started to do it, I actually had to like re-believe in myself from scratch. So with you, where that's something that you experienced, where like there was a moment of you being like, who am I and where am I? Did those doubts ever show themselves in like the work that you do in art-wise?
Yeah, because I've got so with paintings, especially, like I said earlier, I take my paintings very personal and the style now. So a lot of my paintings on my work, even though it's got the image, the subject looks cartoonish or whatever, it's like they're self-portraits.
Wow.
And they're meant to like say something about, it tells you a lot about, if you pay attention or you listen to me talk and you put things together, it tells you a lot about my outlook on life, like the colours, how I kind of match things. And it's even like personally, I'm very chilled and laid back and that coolness and just being cool. The painting Dave bought is probably the most stark, and it is my favourite painting, and I painted it literally, I was probably going through depression at the time when I graduated, and I painted. It's very dark compared to everything. It looks nothing like anything else I paint. Like, so that's probably the single most painting where that type of raw emotion of coming from a place of confusion and is really just imminent and apparent in my work. Because that's what really inspired it. I think at the time I was just frustrated. I didn't have a voice. I didn't feel like I can kind of get my voices out, and I didn't feel like anyone really understood. So even sometimes now I struggle to connect to people to kind of get that, to feel like they can give me that level of empathy that I require when I'm going through something, because I feel like they just don't understand the layers or how dynamic things are or where I'm going through. Like, they can hear, they will listen. Like I said, I got a good support system and people that will listen and support, and they'll get behind me. It's more like, what do you want to do? But I don't think not that many people really understand like the complexities of how I view things and how I try to go about living my life. So yeah, like like what you are saying, like I've been there, and I think it's come out in my work in bits and pieces. But I think in general, most of the time when I work, I try to come from a place of more spreading joy and inspiring people. So I think more in the last year, that's why I've kind of become more vocal with sharing my story or how my outlook for people to really hear it, because I think it's important because it helps like younger people especially, or not even just younger people, but people in general, like
anyone, adults,
anyone. And I think
for sure,
the journey of even my art and how I've got here, it's the journey itself lets you know like how things are maneuvering and how things have happened. So
no, because even when you was talking about the whole journey and Tobi was like, people need to hear this, what came to my mind is that the time that we're in, and everyone always says it, everyone forgets about, there's actually a journey to reaching certain statuses in life or doing certain things in life.
Yeah, it's not just the result, it's also the journey.
That's it. And I feel like that is missing, completely missing in this time, where even me at sometimes, I wonder why I haven't like approached certain things at this time in my life, and why I haven't. And sometimes I do forget that it is a journey and things do happen. Like it's not a straight path. Like there's different directions. There's times when things don't happen. There's times when things do happen. And hearing your whole story, like I feel like a lot of people need to hear this. So they understand that, look, this is someone that's talking from 2015. To now. And something that you said, and I've heard it on many occasions, and people said it in so many different ways, where they ask people, why do you charge so much for this specific thing? Not knowing that they charge so much because of the hours. It's the hours that people put towards it, and people will be wondering, but you only did this in a short piece of time. It took me only God knows how many hours, years to get to this point, to be able to do it this way. And that's what I gathered from what you were saying as well.
I feel like everyone goes through it in the sense of like, you spend years like sacrificing, you spend years going through pain, going through X, Y, Z to kind of get to where you want to get to. So when I get here and when it's time to reward me, I want to be rewarded, because you might think what you're giving me puts me in the plus. You don't know the minuses.
100%.
I'm trying to make up on, like the years. You know what I mean? So you might think if you pay me this, but behind closed doors, boy, you don't know there were years of maybe missed payments. You don't know what my credit. You don't know what a person's credit file is looking at. You don't know what they've poured into getting there.
To this point.
When it's time to, it's not even that they're being rewarded. They're downright just being compensated.
Damn.
I'm just being compensated with no interest, with no nothing. You're just, you know what I mean? Like,
It's getting by at this
I'm
point.
just trying to get to
Yeah.
get to like, all right, cool.
The
I'm
black.
there,
That I'm all right, or like
I'm all right. So
Yeah,
that's,
justifying what you've actually done. Yeah.
Man,
that's sometimes when you meet us, that's even the value they're placing on their work.
Yeah.
To get all right, they're not even
Yeah.
placing. You think they're placing a surplus? No, I'm just trying to get compensated
For what I've gone
All
through.
right, it's
I
based.
I think ultimately what happens in those situations is that everyone is watching their own pocket. Like the person that comes to see your artwork and we're looking at it and be like, why would it cost
Can
so
I
much
take
to do this?
200? Yeah.
The reason why I say that is because they're also watching their own pocket.
Yeah.
100%.
And I don't
And
take that personal either.
no, and that's the thing. You shouldn't. You should never take that personal because obviously a person's coming in there. They know how much they can afford to
It's
put,
self-interest.
and they'll see something and they'll put a price to it, right?
Exactly.
And they'll be like, okay, this is how much I personally can afford to pay for this item. They don't think about your journey. They don't think about your life.
They
and
just
what
think
you've gone
about what
through
they see right in
and
front of
everything
them.
that comes behind that price. All they see is a product and what they're willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was going to jump to, is that you cannot take that personally, especially all artists out there. Don't take that personally because ultimately it's a situation where you know the reason for why that is that price, and someone is going to be willing to pay that price.
Yeah.
The person that comes up to it and says they can't pay that price, don't feel any type of way about them because they're also thinking about themselves.
Are you
you know?
triggered, Toby?
I'm not triggered. No,
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
triggered. I'm just saying
I
that
can
generally.
see
This is what
how I am
truth,
in
like.
like
No,
even,
100%.
even when people can't. For me, I'm talking about myself. Even if you can't pay the price, I've already taken a plus in you being interested. That's already a win for me because I just see it as like if I were to go into my cocky bag, I see it as worst case, you're aware of what I do. I don't know what you do.
Yeah. That's mad.
I don't care if you're not gonna pay me. I've already won here.
Yeah.
I don't know a damn thing about what you do.
Yeah,
and who
but
you
you know
are.
who I
But
am.
guess what? You know who I am. You know about me.
And
So-
there's Fey Badejo.
We'll deal with it like that. Like I don't care about all of that. That's
Yeah.
that side of it. But
Yeah.
in a more empathetic, humanly way, you have to see it as like I'm very realistic. I just look at things from a normal level, and like I'm just more or less like I think it was in church or whatever. Like money is a great incentive and it's a great part of this, but I'm genuinely just passionate about my purpose and what I do.
Yeah.
That's nice, man.
So financial side, because if it was about money or whatever, I wouldn't invest so much or put so much into this because it doesn't. It's not what's keeping me fed.
Yeah.
Really and true. Do you know what I mean? It's really not like I know it will at some point, regardless. Anyway, but I'm just passionate about my purpose. So when people do things, I think I was watching a TikTok in time. I don't even mind that because what do you know what that does? It opens room for me to even give them explain my journey. Or say this is why it is. And when people hear that, they're like, okay, they understand. It doesn't mean they can afford it.
Yeah.
But they understand, and it bridges more of the gap.
Yeah.
And what will happen a lot of the time is when they can afford it,
They'll
guess
come
where they're
find
coming
you.
to?
They're coming
Yeah,
to you.
100.
Yeah.
coming to you first. So you just have to look at it like that. And even the people who don't even see the value of what you do and what you do, guess what? They know.
Yeah.
No,
And
100%.
guess what? I don't know what you do.
Facts. I was actually good. It's good that you brought that up about your journey because the next thing that I wanted to bring up is how instrumental is God
That's what I was going to
as an inspiration in your work and your journey.
And I was going to
Because
say
I feel like
faith as well.
Yeah, because I feel like it does come through in some of the works that we saw at your exhibition. I saw a lot. We saw the painting that had the Bible at the front.
Yeah.
He highlighted the passage on there, and like a lot of people that obviously didn't go there wouldn't have actively been able to see that. So could you speak on how inspirational God
So
is?
like, I feel like if you know me in general, it's like faith has always been a key component of my life. Like always, like I said, I was born in the church. Like really like born in the church. Not that I not just grew up in there, I was born in there sort of thing. So my earliest memories, the first thing I ever remembered and like revolved around the church because when I was my upbringing with my grandparents, their house is here. The church is here. You can walk through the house to the church.
Hey.
That a chapel.
In Nigeria, and their house was a green house on top of a hill, right next to a green church on top of the hill. So my granddad, he was the first archbishop of the African church.
No.
So they're all so like deep history. And then
Yeah.
my great granddad, so he was a deacon. I think that's what they call them in Baptist churches. So it's like 3 generations of clergymen. My mum's younger brother, God rest in peace to him, he was a priest as well. and my dad's a priest. So
wow.
and like I could go on and on about. So I grew up within that, and faith was. So there's been times where I've been disconnected, but I've never not believed in the faith. I've never not been a follower, and I think sometimes the disconnect was more I was being disconnected with the church, but not with the faith.
Which it happens,
which is very different. So I've had disconnects with the church, but when I grew up in it didn't even matter for my family and things like that, because my upbringing is, we're not liberal, but the approach is more, they've always given me the freedom to understand faith and religion how I wanted. So even when I was a kid, talking about Archbishop or whatever, our neighbours were Muslim. I went mosque with them on Fridays.
Oh, wow.
And my parents didn't bat an eyelid, my grandparents. Because even my grandparents, my grandma's Christian, her sister's Muslim. It didn't translate as that. So I had that expression to think and to kind of understand the word. Like I said,
be open.
They've always given me freedom because I guess they trusted me. So they let me kind of just.
That's such a blessing.
Get into the world. So even as a kid in Nigeria, growing up as a baby, like I remember those years more than I remember uni. But because it just started, because it has such an imprint on me. So even in the work I do, people won't see it in subtle ways, but subtle ways, because even when I create or how the things I do, there's things I don't talk about, or I don't put into my art. There's approaches that I don't put into my. There's things I don't like. Even like I said, like there's a way I talk about art or talk about life or talk about in general where I don't need to say it, but it's some of my views or some of the ways because of my faith. Because I'll say my faith doesn't allow me to go in that direction. My faith doesn't allow me to. So because my faith, it would never even happen anyway. I would never even. So even I notice it sometimes. I'll be like, oh, you've never ever even, and I'm like, oh shit, like it just doesn't align with your faith anyway. So I don't. So, but the faith comes in more in terms of like how I want people to be influenced by what I do. I think that's the biggest component of where my faith, because I want people to like. I don't care what religion you are personally, in that sense, as an individual. That's an individual choice. I'm not going to tell you be Christian, Muslim, or whatever. All I tell people is to be good. Be good to yourself, first and foremost. And when you're good to yourself, you can be good to others. That's really all that I care about. So, and that's because of what my faith tells me. And like, be good to you. I mean, love God first, of course, then be good to yourself. And then be good to everyone around you. So when I create and when I tell my story, when I share what I do, that's what I want to put across. I want people to feel good about themselves. I want people to have a sense of joy, have a sense of pride, have a sense of belonging. And that comes from my faith, and it plays a key component. So that's not to say I'm running around drawing crosses. No, for sure. So there's parts where, even in my work, like I say, even the mistakes, it's reminiscent of life where we fuck up. Plain and
all the
truly.
time, man.
Everyone fucks up. Everyone makes mistakes. You know what I mean? It's not easy to be a person. It's not easy to be human. It's not easy to be. It's full of like. It's probably errors, and errors and errors and errors. You don't. Well, after time, you have no idea what you're doing. You just wake up.
Everyone's winging it, man.
And wing it and vibe. So, and part of that, my work and my process even reflects that. But my faith tells me, even when you're winging, as long as you do it and you're faithful, and you stay within that, you be okay. So it's like my work. If I go in, if I make a mistake, as long as I trust the process and I'm faithful in what I'm doing and I trust in what I'm doing, I don't panic. I'm cool. I keep going. Even if I might even take a break. I might leave it for a bit. And that's even with faith as a Christian. Sometimes God doesn't say rest. It says rest. Take your time, relax. You might need that. Go away. Go sit down for a while. Don't move. When the time is right, as long as even when you're not moving and you're staying still, you're faithful, you believe you're there, you're fine. You're gonna get to the destination. So that's like, that's my number one. You know what I mean? Like, obviously you got family, you got all these things, but ultimately faith, like that's my number one.
That's it.
I love that, man. That's really beautiful.
So obviously we've spoken about how you got into fashion, the beginning of the journey, and obviously your faith leading yourself to this point. Now, obviously, we've seen that you've been to Paris Fashion Week. Second time. Yeah. And obviously, me and you, we've spoken briefly about Paris Fashion Week, and obviously the one where you was actually involved in and bringing your brand to Paris Fashion Week. Now, obviously, you've spoken about Faith, and obviously, we've spoken as well about that whole journey, even leading you to there as well. So, how was Paris Fashion Week from both perspectives? Obviously, you've gone there, you've been someone that's been to the shows, and you've seen what other designers have done, and now you've actually come as a designer and you've presented your work. What's the contrast in both and your experience?
Oh man, they're so different. It's like chalk and cheese. It's so like both times they're obviously because of personal reasons as well and everything. So totally different vibe. Like obviously first time I went, different kind of context, visiting different people I was with and stuff like that. So that's dope. Like being invited to shows, seeing how that plays out, and seeing like of course the shows. I went to Casablanca, Marin Serra, and I went to other little shows. But those 2 shows, they were big shows. And just seeing how that works out. And then last year, I'm sitting there like, I could do this.
Wow.
Like, I'm just sitting there like, I could do this, and I can't wait to do this. Like, I'm gonna do this one day, and it's gonna be amazing. So, so just taking that pressure, it's overwhelming though. I'm not someone that's gonna like Casablanca. Oh my days, we came out of the Uber. And we're right because we're official invites.
Yeah,
we're on the carpet. You're just seeing because the paparazzi. Remember, with something like Fashion Week, if you're a superstar, whatever, they know it's you.
Yeah.
There's other important people that you don't know
necessarily know. Yeah,
but they're important.
Yeah.
So they're getting pictures.
Just get everyone.
Everyone
Yeah.
should step out. And in front of us was Kyle Kuzma. And behind us was Cindy Brunner.
Right.
So we're in between. So they're 2 people that they take. So when they're doing this is last year, and I'm eating Kesi knows me, all of that is a lot. So but luckily I had my shades on and I had a scarf over my face. I was like, thank God. Like you don't know under hair.
You don't know what's going on.
Panicking. I'm thinking I can't go right. I can't go left. I can't go.
You know what that is?
I'm thinking.
Ask
But wait, even amongst everything going on, so obviously you're panicking.
It's head loss.
But do you also feel good that? I'm
overwhelmed.
It's head loss.
Yeah, but you can't even
See
think
me,
about
I don't really like that's why I don't like people doing me a surprise. They did me a surprise party last year. I had surprise. I'm not on, like, I'm fight or flight when you do that to me. And I had to condition myself to try and go flight because if I fight, I'm like, whoa. So when all of that's happening, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to get in here.
Yeah.
And when you get in as well, bruv, you look right. It's you don't know who you're sitting. We were sitting next to like some of like the directors of the like honchos of Casablanca. And then then the same day we've gone to Marin Serra. We've got Lillian Thuram next to us.
Sick.
Who else? Just bare footballers. And then you look up, you see Jibril Cisse walking. I'm like, yo, right at the front. Yeah, I'm like, yes. I'm like, because I always try to be on my one thing. Like, if I go anywhere, I'm one of those people. If I see celebrity or recognize someone, I'm not a fan, but if I know you and I know you're important, I'm not gonna like.
You're not gonna fangirl and be like,
I'm not gonna fangirl, but I'll say to you like, I know who that is.
Yeah.
So if I bump into someone who's a celebrity in the gym or whatever, and I see someone, like, I'm not gonna act like I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
100%.
You know I know who you are, and I know you know who I am. So I'll be like, oh hi, like show respect. Like it's nothing. I mean, it's not. Don't make me a beggar or whatever. I'm not gonna go overboard. Don't want your autograph and nothing like that. But I'm not gonna act weird and be like.
But you at least recognize.
Yeah, like I'm gonna look at you like if we make eye contact, I'm gonna be like, oh hi, what's going on? Like, keep it stepping. So that was a different feel. That was totally different. I knew I was going to the shows. I knew, you know what I mean? I knew I was invited to Casablanca like a month or 2 months before, things like that. So I'm prepared. I know what I'm going to do. This year now, I've got no thought of Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Right.
There's nothing there. I'm not invited to no shows. And because of last year of how it is, I said I am not going to Paris Fashion Week unless I am invited to a show. Okay. Some people go out there for that whole week on vibes.
And what's your thoughts on that?
I'm not against it. See, like, I'm not a networker, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not the super networker. I don't really. I'm still trying to be better at that. So I try to be, when I'm somewhere, I have to be there.
Yeah.
And I've been invited there. I don't really. So it's just not for me. So I don't have a problem. So I get some people love fashion like that. They love that type of thing. So
Yeah.
To be immersed in
they
that.
need to
in
be
that
immersed in that. They're trying to sneak into this show or that show. They're going
That's long for me,
to
man.
this after party or that after party.
Wow.
See me? Word to Skepta, I complete the mission.
I'm
I'm back home.
That's it, man.
That's it. And if there's no
Yeah.
mission, I'm in my
I'm
house.
in my house.
Right.
So I was like, there's no mission. There's nothing impassioned me. Cool. Opportunity came. Long story short. So Jendea, who put on the showcase.
Shout out Jendale.
Shout out Jendea always. This is how it's just always good to have good resources. So the founder, big up Io, that's my bro. Io's like, he's just hit me up randomly. He's like, oh, we're putting this. No, he's not even that he's hit me up. Like, I'm gonna just say he's hit me up. He's hit me up, yeah. He's like, yeah, this and that, cool, blah blah blah. So they had the idea before but long story short, I didn't get confirmed up until 2 weeks before the date.
Wow.
Mad.
So I'm like, cool. This is also, so the side of this, even stuff I'm going through that people don't know, the journey of entrepreneurship and trying to do business and all of that. I've been beefing my manufacturers for like 4 months, 4 months. I've paid them for a bunch of stuff. In general, when people ask me, why haven't you dropped nothing? I'm trying. I've tried. I'm put money into drop stuff.
Damn.
But you see, in this world, people think you're not doing things, but behind closed doors, they don't know what you're going through to try to deliver. They don't know what goes wrong. That's why I've learned to, like, even if you're at clothes, I don't try to have opinions.
Yeah, too much
Because you really don't know what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
you really don't know. So when people ask me about when people are, I'm just like, I just want to see them do well. If they're not doing well, I'd rather not say nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And leave it at that.
That's a
because
good way
you
to
really
look at it.
don't know
What people are going through.
what they're going through and what's stopping them from excelling. Obviously, we're fans or whatever, so we're always gonna have opinions of like, oh, we don't think this is done well, this is executed well. I say you can have that more for people up here.
Yeah.
You can talk about that more for your if you feel a way about Pharrell's LV show, blah blah blah. For people down here who are just trying a thing,
That's the thing, man.
they are actually just trying a thing.
Yeah.
I try not to even say anything negative because all I recognize is as long as I can see you tried or you're trying, that enough is for me to say I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah,
100%.
I just want you to win.
Yeah.
So so basically, for people don't know that I've paid thousands to get things manufactured through. So I've because when you're trying to manufacture clothes, what people don't know is there's so much components. They just see one T-shirt, even at this level.
Yeah.
The labels might be one company. The embroidery on a T-shirt might be another company. The print on the back might be another company.
Mad.
Then you got to order packaging from one company. I do it all on my own with a day job. So it's fatigue to send an email to them, so what you might want to do is find a company that could do it all.
Yeah.
I just pay you, I send you the sketch you do it. So that's what I've done. I said, look, you pattern it. Anyway, he's just messed me up.
Wow.
So, but I'm like to them, forget the fact that you can't get me my bulk order. I've got 2 weeks. I've got opportunity to showcase my stuff in Paris.
Yeah.
You need to give me something.
Yeah.
Going through that, going back and forth. Okay, we'll pattern, 2 weeks? I'm like, bro, see me, I'm a nice guy, but you're meeting this nice guy. I don't want to argue. I don't want to shout. I don't want to
It's
fight.
real.
I don't want to do any of that because who does it serve? So please, just do this thing for me. Like I don't even know why I'm pleading here. It's my money. Like
you're providing a service.
I'm trying not to get mad. Like I always I don't want to get annoyed.
Yeah.
And I'm proper really trying to be on my faith right now. Like you're trying to you know what I mean? So,
help me.
Help me help you. Because at
real.
the end of the day, trust me, I'm like this because I want to make sure you're good.
Yeah.
And if I do not like this, trust me, you won't be good.
You won't be happy. You won't be
You
happy.
won't
Nah.
be happy, and you don't want me to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm going back and forth with my man for weeks. So on that side, clothing's not patterned for up until. So show's Wednesday. I'm going Paris Tuesday. Clothes not ready on Saturday.
I'll be fuming. You know how I am.
Fuming.
So forget clothes. How would I know what models I need
Oh yeah, if you don't
Size.
if
have.
I can't get clothes made?
Wow.
Because they can only make a certain set of samples. So I couldn't organize models.
Yeah.
Remember, bro, I'm doing this on a shoestring budget for myself. So it's every pound I make, I gotta make a decision. Are we getting Harrods? Or are we investing in the business? I wanna go Harrods. But the budget don't stretch for both business and Harrods. That's the reality of things. So when people don't see me do certain things, I'm like, it's not that I didn't make the money, but the money I
have to put it here.
But really,
I want to do this.
I'm trying to go Harrods. I'm gonna lie to you. That's why I don't have a child. I don't want to pick between nursery fees and Harrods. Because if I drive with that child past Harrods, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to say, if I slap you. So I said, cool it. Don't have a child right now. So cool. So I'm fuming. So that's another thing that's not sorted out. Models. So I've just told the I've just picked general sizes. Medium, smalls, this and that, because I'm thinking worst case to case,
someone's gonna fit.
You can kind of find, and if I'd get a medium for a girl and it don't fit, oversized look. Like,
no,
the wrong way. No matter what they look like. I'm not telling you to wear it like this in your personal.
Right.
We're just styling over here. So I'm like, cool. Another thing with models, bruv, I ain't got the bread to get a bunch of people from London. Remember, it's last minute. So if I'm going to hit you, even if you're my friend, if I'm going to tell you to come Paris with me for 2 nights,
you have to drop what you're doing.
And then I'm asking you to spend money
exactly.
on my dreams. Because remember, it's fashion weeks. Everything's up.
Everything's
2 nights in Paris, hotels like £600. Then you got to do your...
Didn't even think of that, you know.
So those logistics, I'm thinking, how many... So if I might be able to stretch and do that for 1 or 2 people. If I have to stretch. But of course you don't want to do that because I'm going to Paris not to make money. It's basically marketing.
It's marketing,
It's just a marketing move. I'm not making a dime. So before when people think it looks like I've just gone to spend bread. So I'm thinking all of this was working a day job, do this, do that. Direct debits are coming up. So manufacturers, I'm like,
it's not easy, man.
It's blood in my
eyes. I'm like,
look.
Cool. So clothing ain't sorted out Saturday night. Models, luckily, one of the other brands that was showcasing, shout out Paper Round, I had a friend that was modeling for them. So he was going to be in Paris anyway. So I said to them, I said, listen, this ain't no democracy.
You're doing
there.
2 jobs here, man.
You're going to have to change. I told him this is the schedule. Paper Round's going on at 9 something. I'm going on 8 something. So,
you're doing
I mean, like, I just got a jeans and a top for you, my bro. You don't even have to pose and do nothing. We work something out. So that's one person. I had another friend who she said she might be in Paris. So that's a maybe. I said, cool. Because we were meant to do about 10 looks. I said, nah, I'm doing 6.
Wow.
So I said, no, I've got 10 things I can show, but the logistics of, because I'm like, I don't have the budget, because I'm not French. I don't speak French. I don't know how to get a modeling agency in Paris to contact them and do all that. Someone gave me details, but I'm just like,
it's long.
It's long, like to call, to organize, to
and
do this.
Still managing what you're
the
doing.
Planning,
there as well.
So sometimes it's not that. You know what you need to do, but it's another thing to have the capacity to execute.
Actually do it.
Exactly.
So I'm like, so people are telling me, what about getting models? I'm like, listen, you lot are telling me stuff like I don't know. I know. Like, anything you can tell me, trust me.
I know already.
I already know. Like, it's, so I'm like, cool. So I'm trying to feel, I'm like, you know what? I message Io, like, I'm like to him, bro, I ain't trying to add to your headache, because I know he's going through it. You know, that's their first time doing this. So everyone that's involved, this is why I feel like I'm so proud, just beyond me. Like, I'm like, I big up everyone. It's like, we're literally all a set of people trying a thing who've packed our loads at London, gone to a whole other city.
For a dream as well.
For a dream to put something on. That, like, it's not a small thing. People might not be able to understand or comprehend it until you ask them, have you ever taken a dream, your dream or whatever, and gone to another city in the UK
and they don't know you,
let alone somewhere else, and executed? Like, not that many people can say they've done it. It goes beyond having money or anything. Like, this is different.
This is faith.
Like, this is faith. So I'm like, cool. So I've told I'm like, listen, bro, God ain't brought me this far to fail in it, whatever. But I'm coming Paris. I'm gonna come with my load. If I have to drag people off the streets and tell them, put this on.
Yeah.
With a firm voice and wait for 2 minutes.
You gotta put this on.
Right now,
I said to him, if I have to bully a man on the streets of Paris and use Google Translate to let him know you're doing it and you ain't going nowhere. We are going.
What's that?
We?
So I said, we're going Paris. So I told Ayo, like, I've told Ayo, was like, I was like me. Like, he's very, like, he's even, like, that boy is so positive. He doesn't understand the concept of no.
Wow.
And like obstacles, like he's very like.
I love that.
Yeah,
so and I'd like to surround myself with people like that because I'm more laid back, I'm more realistic. So I like to keep myself with people who balance that.
Yeah.
But he's very much like you give him he don't see problems.
That is so.
So he was like, bruv, if we have to get the staff to wear it or whatever, this is happening. It's whatever. So everyone's mentality was very much. This is happening.
Yeah, we're
so I'm like, where we're again. So I called the guy Saturday. I'm like to him, my bro, I need my gums. You know what I mean? Like
you gotta get this is happening.
Like you're messing with my livelihood. You know? Like we're going into a different territory. Like, it's more than you're not just fucking up my bread. You're fucking up my future.
Yeah.
Like of my unborn kids, my bro. So
no, is that real?
Like,
what did the manufacturers do?
Cool. I got the jeans. So I got a whole bunch of like the tops, the sock things. I'm like, cool. Because remember that's why I put you on the person. Like,
yes.
Because I wanted to go Paris and showcase brand new things. Whether or not they were perfect. Because what people don't even realize, a lot of the stuff you see on the runways,
they're even sewn on as well. Yeah.
It's not a final thing. So what you're gonna buy in the shop, some are just they're very, very different to what they showed on the runway. It just looks the same, but it's very different. Like, so I'm like, cool. We just got to show something, and it's just got to show the brand, like represent the brand and give a feel of what the brand is. So I said, cool, I want to, because I remember I've been saying I want to make it was denim and all of these things. So I just wanted to experiment. So I'm like, what images would I put in? Denim? Those types of things. So I got Kesi came, she delivered.
No, don't look. Stop it. No. What Fey did, Fey called me.
I gave her the impossible mission.
Fey called me.
But she made it possible.
It was a Friday, praise God. It was Friday, yeah. I was coming back from, I can't remember where I was coming back from.
No,
anyway,
it was Thursday I messaged you.
Was it Thursday?
Yeah, but I said...
I was stuck in traffic, right? I was stuck in traffic. I'm looking at my phone. I'm thinking, why is Fey calling me? Oh, Kes, can we... Do you know what I mean? Is it possible for us to digitalize, da-da-da-da? Bearing in mind, yeah, so I can do graphic design. When I was in college, I used to do graphic design. I don't tell people that I'm a graphic designer anymore because I don't like the wahala. But Fey calls me and brings the wahala to my door. Says, can you digitalize? Da, da, da. I've never done it before. I'm like, cool, we can get it done. How long do I have? 48 hours, please. Okay, great, no problem. So I'm there fighting for my life. Was it Thursday or Friday? What time?
I remember that.
I was up at like 6 o'clock
First,
that
you
morning.
wasn't fighting for your life. The thing is,
I was fighting for my life.
No. Do you know what? When she said it, she didn't panic.
Yes.
Yeah.
She didn't panic. She was like...
it was me, because I'm like... I was just like...
Yeah, like Fey's very chill. Fey's my favourite customer.
Yeah.
Because he does not give me a hard time. I don't need a hard time. That's why I quit in the first place. Fey doesn't give me a hard time. But I didn't panic because I was like, ultimately, I know I can do it. Like I know it can get done. But I use Photoshop generally, and this was an Illustrator job.
Yeah.
And Illustrator is not my pal. So I think it was the Thursday night. It was fine. I was trying a thing. It wasn't really working.
It
but I was like,
it wasn't perfect. Yeah.
I was so tired that night. I went to sleep. Friday morning. Friday, it was like
6 o'clock in the morning.
6 a.m. maybe.
Yeah.
I'm like, right, let me get this thing sent in the first draft. But I think we were doing something that day. Anyway, long story short, I had literally hours to get it done. Thank God we got it done. Yeah. But it's just even down to the fact that like me as a graphic designer, thank God that like things weren't happening on that day and we were able to get it done. But it's just so frustrating that you only had those 2 days to get it done. I think I sent it to you like Sunday morning before church.
I remember. I had 24 hours to get this done, because remember all the other stuff I planned to get done. Because all the stuff that my manufacturer messed, even till now, they hit me up this week. He hit me up this week saying he's gonna give me a refund. And And I said, brother, it's been like 4 months.
What the
Whoa.
And I'm like, okay, when am I getting my refund? It's like, oh, I'm gonna let you know. I'm like, the least
No, you're not gonna let me know.
So wait, like,
So, but that's even just, but that's not to do with this anyway. But cool. So the stuff that I would have needed. So now I'm having to think on my feet of what new. But I said, this is why I say sometimes you move with faith and you just move with the momentum. You move with God, because what we did end up showing was so much better than what I
was
was
printing anyway.
original.
Cold.
So like a lot of the stuff, because I came up with new ideas.
Yeah.
But there were new ideas that I didn't even think of before.
Wow.
So I had to set like this, making this a pattern, putting this on the jeans, using that on the tank tops, all of these things. So it's like it's just new things that came in the moment of me thinking. But I don't like working under pressure, but sometimes it's good to work when you just have to make decisions.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to think. So it's good when you just have to pick something and say, okay, cool, that's nice. Let's see what we can do with that. So I've just called him on Saturday. So I've said to him, bro, I'm not gonna lie, like I've just gone in a different direction to let him know, cool, it's gotta get done. Because typically, for example, this wouldn't be transfer. This would have been print.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, we've got to find processes that's accessible for us to get things done. So that was meant to be done. That got done. So the balaclavas, quickly making custom balaclavas for the look. I said, cool, what can I do to stand out? Because the whole point was, I'm half competitive as well. So I'm thinking, cool, there's a whole bunch of other brands there.
Yeah.
I gotta show something that
stand out.
that they can't do.
100%.
Yeah.
They can't bring to the table, and they can't kind of stand. Of course, the general feel of the brand is different, but there's got to be something that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even they're looking at, they're like, that boy's special.
Yeah.
Like sort of thing like that. So I'm like, cool, custom balaclavas for some of the look, custom this and that. So I'm thinking, so those last couple of days, but I'm not panicking because I'm just like I said, God ain't gonna bring me
this far.
there to. I kept saying it. I said, ain't no way God's gonna drag me to Paris to film. So got to Paris Tuesday, and unfortunately, a lot of my friends and people couldn't make it.
Yeah.
It was last minute. People had things to do. And if I wasn't in Paris, I would have been in Miami like 2 weeks ago. So they had Miami booked. So it's like budget ain't going to stretch. And I'm not that type of person. I just said to, like, I'm going to go represent regardless. I'm going to bring it home and I'm going to get it done. So the daunting of the mad thing was, because of that, I really went Paris on my own.
Wow.
Like, I don't know nobody, I don't know nothing. Of course, obviously, I have the IO, the people were there, but they're working, they're doing their thing. Like, I don't have nothing, so I'm just, it's a vibe. Like, that's why I said the experience is so different. So I booked the thing. Luckily, one of my friends said he would come along, but he's not, like...
He's not
into fashion and in that scene.
So all this stuff he doesn't really get. Like, it's like... So I take people as they are, and I love them as they are, and I take the support they can give me as they are. I don't expect people who don't come from something
to now become something when they get there. Yeah,
like, they might learn through enthusiasm, but I don't instantly expect it. And remember, I'm in Paris, my mind's working, so I don't even have time to say stuff. So it's like, so as we've got there, cool. Tuesday we've landed. Tuesday I'm just on my phone trying to think, who can model, blah, blah, blah. So I only have maybe 2. I need 6. Well, 3 at most, because I would have modelled myself. I said, cool, Wednesday morning, that's when we'll start to work something out. Luckily, fortunately, one of my friends, he said, he's messaging me on Monday, he's like, I'm going to be in Paris. Like my proper friend. Yeah. Because he had to follow someone to do whatever. So he had the next business. But I said, he's my friend. Like, talk every other day friend. Call him Wednesday morning. I said, yo.
Sir.
It's getting the cooler. I said, yo. So he's the one in the brown with the shade.
Okay.
And he look hard. But he's modelled for me in the past anyway.
Okay.
So I said, yo. So it wasn't a request.
Yes,
you must do that. It wasn't a request.
You must
pick it up. Come on.
I said, yeah, what's the schedule over there? It's like, it's like, come on, man. Like I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Sort of blah, blah, blah. Like we can't watch each other feel. Like that's my brother.
Yeah.
So he's like, cool. So I told him, that's why I said God works in
various ways.
Yeah.
So making sure he was in Paris last minute was something that was out of my control. Somehow God put him in Paris. Even though he wasn't there for me, he ended up serving a purpose for me. So he was there. What I did, I had one model that I booked. I paid her. She tried to give one fee. I said, listen,
This is what I got.
Yeah, hold that.
Like, it's either you can work with it, and there was in terms of like, I don't need you to have no makeup on. I just need someone to wear this.
Just wear it and just walk
Need
down.
someone to wear this. Like, I'm on my knees. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you tell me you don't want to walk and you just want to stand, I will accommodate you. Like, you can just stand. I'm just on my knees here. Like, whatever you have the capacity to
Just
do,
do something.
just wear.
Something, please.
And you know what I can say? The clothes is nice. Like,
You bribed her. He's like, look.
no, I'm like, listen, like, it's actually
They're
like,
good. They are good.
it's good. Like, I'm not even trying to put you out there in some jam baz. Like, it's nice things. Like, so cool. Wednesday, so I'm like, cool. That's 3 people now. No, 4 people now.
And you
innit?
need 6.
And I need 6 because I didn't really want to walk.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
Yeah.
So, I just didn't think it was right. Like,
Yeah.
I
No,
just felt
100%.
like the thing. So, like, I walked for someone else, but I just didn't want to do it for my brand.
Yeah, of
Cool.
course.
And if I don't walk, it means that I have an extra fit in terms of what I would wear.
Yeah.
I could wear what I wanted to really wear to just showcase for glimpse. But put people out in what they needed to wear.
Yeah.
So we got to the venue. I got there kind of early. I told everyone to get there for 3 p.m. No one made it for 3 p.m. So we didn't have no rehearsals. But I got there at 3 p.m. As soon as I walked in, I looked around. I said, hi. You got a network. Hey, I started networking. And I was like, nah, it's simple. Like, it's, trust me, like, you know what I mean? It's just a t-shirt and a this. Like, so
you
cool.
Have to do it, man.
Long story short, so one of my bedroom female that she was just gonna model, she didn't get on time to do the walk, but she was coming to the show because the part of the organizers is her cousin.
Okay.
So she was always gonna come to support. But I'm very close with her, so I already told her from London. She was like, yeah, but she didn't get there in time. But her friend was waiting for her. So I told her for her friend, I was like, yeah, I've done kind of modeling in the past. Her friend said it was cool.
Nice.
And that's one of the other brand's models. Some of the girls was just chopping it out, networking. One of them was like, yeah, she'll help. She'll change and she'll do whatever. And she was like, she saw the balaclavas. She was just like, yeah, I want to wear a belly. I said, come on. I said, I had you in mind. I said, I had you in Holy Spirit told me.
I'm loving how everything's just coming together.
That's what I said. Like, it's so mad how, like, things just kept happening. So it's like, and it happens to me in life a lot, that every time I'm about to give up on something, or I think, because there was so much times in that 2 weeks or the weeks before, I was just like, it's not by force. It's not by force. Every time I say it's not by force, as in like, I want to pull out, something will just happen for me. That will say to, I'll just get, someone will just confirm and be like, no, I can make that happen. So, you know what I mean? Just a little thing. Same thing with my exhibition in January, like, because I was going through so much, and every time I'm like, I don't want to do it, someone would, like, a favor would just come through. Someone would just click. So then I'll be like, damn, if that's happening, that's God telling me.
It's
telling you what to keep going.
I'm telling you to do it.
Yeah.
So, like, it just kept falling into those things that I didn't even have to sweat to get the extra model. As soon as I came in there, kind of told me, she was like, yeah, man, cool. This person was like, yeah, man, cool. Like, I even had, like, if I had extra fits, I probably would have been able to get
to
the whole thing
out. Cool, and then this is how things fall into place. Yeah. So models got sorted. Long story short, I'm thinking, cool. No one, traffic's crazy. This, that reason. No one got there in time for the rehearsals for 6. Show starts at 7. I told people to get there 5ish so we can do a practice run of the walk.
Yeah.
Nobody got there till 6:30.
Wow.
6:30. There's people queuing
coming
up
in already.
So it's long. So what I just done, I told DJ, play the song so people know the music we're walking to.
Yeah.
But through the day, this is why I say I just kind of think quickly. I've recorded the place.
Okay.
And whilst I'm recording, I'm walking around explaining what I want everyone to do.
Right.
So I put onto video. So I'm like, okay, cool. What I want is for the first person who's going to be number 1, you walk out, you go around, you stand here. Next person who's gonna be number 2, you walk around, you go. But I've tailored even little clips for each number, each model.
Nice.
Sent that round during the day when people were coming. When everyone's come, I'm like, we don't need to do the walk. I'm standing in one corner. I'm just explaining. Remember in the video when I said this, you should do that. But we don't have time to do around.
Yeah.
But time comes, they do the. So I was even meant to go fourth or something. Long story short, technical difficulties, other brands weren't ready, if you had time or whatever. I'm like, opportunity. Before everyone gets tired and distracted out here, let me go out and shine. Sorry to the other people, but hey, what can I say? So I'm like the third brand, but I'm the smallest brand there.
Wow.
Probably with the least kind of following audience and everything. So I've done it. They've gone outside, like they smashed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like they've actually smashed the wall.
Oh, cool.
The music's caught people.
Yeah.
Because it's just like
different.
it's just so different. And then the balaclavas. So when people are seeing them walking,
Yeah,
like, what's going on?
That kind of thing. So people are really like. So even everyone's looking. Everyone's like, "Raw, like this is hard. Like this is cool." He looked like he was all over the place. Like we didn't know he had this in the works. Because remember, I'm just like chilling there. Like I don't have a team.
Yeah.
So some brands they have a whole team.
Wow.
Mad.
To do stuff. It's just me. Like I'm just looking. I'm just like, right, you're so sick, man. Like, because I actually genuinely
You did it by yourself.
Because I'm just there. Like I'm here on my own, just trying to think. I don't even know how I got here.
Wow.
The whole day, I'm just there. Like I'm in my shorts.
Yeah.
I got my grey top on. I've got my shit. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking in my head like, what's actually going on here? Like, you're actually in Paris, but like I don't like. I'm just
crazy.
so I'm like, but I kept every moment I'll be like, enjoy the moment. Like this is actually fun.
Yeah.
So I'm actually just trying to have fun. That's why I'm not panicking. I said I can't panic.
Yeah.
I can't be upset. So even when people didn't make the time they said they would, or this or that, I'm trying to call people. They're not picking up. People aren't replying to messages. I'm just keeping calm because I'm just like, this is actually what makes it fun because this is gonna be such a funny story.
Yeah.
It's all said and
When
done,
you
innit?
know what I said?
Yeah.
So mad. I was like, this is gonna be so funny when it all comes together because I have so much to laugh about.
Yeah.
So that's what I said to myself. My one friend that came with me, even for like a few minutes, he's disappeared somewhere. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm just there laugh, and I'm really kind of on my own, but I'm talking to people. I'm comfortable. So smashed it. They've done, and so they've come back in, and obviously at the end of the show, the designer goes out. So I'm like, oh shit, you gotta go out. So I'm like, I've stepped out. I've done 1 step, 2 step. Hear people start clapping and that. I'm like, yo.
Wow.
So when I heard the clap, I'm like, panic. But I'm like, yo, scratch, delete, get me out. When I'm running around, people like, if you know me, you know what I'm really like. Like, I'm so overwhelmed. Like, I'm thinking, bruv, I just want to get out and get in the corner and just like breathe to myself. Because I'm like, one, I can't believe it's gone well. So I'm like, you actually done it. And then I'm like, wait, they're actually clapping for you. Wow. Remember, let's say in a group of like 300 people or whatever, in the middle of Paris and the nowhere, I've only got one person sitting there that came for me. One person.
Everyone else knows you now.
Like, there's people who might know me, but if we talk generally, they've not heard of Art Not Fashion. They don't know me. Like, I've seen the reactions they give on the other. So the first, remember, a lot of them, because it's kind of groups with other people, they've invited people. So of course people are gonna come to see them, innit? Like exactly. They know, like, so, and I'm hearing the applause, like, and you sort of like they were really clapping and cheering. So I'm like, nah, this ain't real. So I've just run. I'm like, I need to get out of here. I need to get
in and get out.
Yeah, I need to get in the car. I'm genuinely filled with joy and like, so I'm happy because I'm like, and then when it's all done, everyone's coming to me saying, like, you smashed it, like, I'm so proud of you. Rare. And I'm thinking, yo, like,
I've actually done this.
This is mental. Like,
you should really be proud of yourself.
You should.
So I was like, and then when it said, it's kind of, I was just like, I'm so proud of myself.
For sure.
Like, I feel like it's, I know how big it is to do something like that. And I think I said it to someone, I was just like, not like a lot of people will live their whole lifetime never trying to do something like that, or never being able to, like, so I said it's also a privilege because beyond like if you get big or don't get big, like when it's all said and done, like at some point I'm gonna have my own kids, And I'm just gonna be able to say, there was one time, like, obviously I want it to even be documented for them.
Yeah.
So they come to me and they're like, that's the dream. Because there's so much of that. There's so much, like, I mean, when you get to that level where, like, you don't even have to do the job of documenting your story. The world takes it upon itself to document it for others. But regardless of that, like, I dream about having my grandkids, and I'm gonna say to my grandkids, yo, like, you lot know, like, I was on. I was about it. I did some things, like, and I can share that with them. So that's what, to me, I take, like, the biggest joy in. And I think that's why for other people, if you're listening to this, like, a lot's been said, like, I've said a lot, whatever. But if there's one thing to take, it's that really try a thing. Because when it's all said and done, if you don't try, you're not gonna have no stories to tell. You're not gonna have nothing to share. So, like, it might seem mundane, it might seem like no one's paying attention, it might seem like no one cares, or this thing, it might seem like you don't get the reception. Like, we all go through that. I have those moments, those, like, not insecurities, but insecurities or down moments. But the main thing to always remember is, like, you're paying attention, you're documenting, it's for you as well. So when it's all said and done, like, one of my favorite mantras in life is make your life a story worth telling. So of course I want the world to want to tell, but I'm gonna tell my story, and to be able to have something to tell, you got to do.
So for real.
Like, if you're sitting there, like, I don't have a Scooby about artists and nothing like that. Like, I couldn't tell you what the most prestigious art award is. I don't know. I know about mobiles and stuff like that for me. I don't know about art. Like, I really don't. Like, I could probably go Google and find out. Maybe it's I don't know, Pulitzer's more writing and things like that. But, like, I really don't know how, do you know what I mean? They rank it, but I don't really care. Like, I'm just doing this. I'm having fun. It comes with the stresses. It comes with whatever. But at some point, it's like, I can actually sit there with people and tell people, I tried this, I've done this, I went there, I done
For
this,
real.
I had the exhibition, I've done all that. And I think if there's one thing for someone to take away, even you guys or anyone, it's like, things always seem mundane in the process, and when you're going through it, it doesn't seem as big because you don't have the lights, you don't have the attention. But more or less for you as the doer and the person, the chaser, the dream person, this is actually what's important. This is really where it needs to be at. This is where you should actually probably take the most joy. Because by God's grace, God's willing, it goes beyond you. And at that point, because it goes out of your control, out of your favor, you might not be able to take the joy as much, but you can remember, right? Like, when I was doing this, when I tried this, when I done that, like, it was mine, and it was for me to kind of take proof. So that's what I really got from the fashion week, where I was like, do you know what? Like, that's a thing no one can ever take away from me.
For real.
Like, it's massive to me. Like,
100%.
I'm like, yo, like, you went to Paris and showed, and especially when you hear the context of the journey. How I even got here, it's all accidents. Like, I don't really, and I'm like, oh, this stuff's taking you to, like,
to places.
The Paris Fashion Week, like, you know what I mean? That to me is big. Like, growing up, big. I ain't never, like, I've always loved style and fashion and all that. When I was in college, you think I knew much about Paris Fashion Week? I knew about Lyle Scott and the Armani jeans and the one, like, I just had style and I was always stylish, but in terms of these types of things, and I guess, like, it felt surreal as well because Pharrell's first show was there. So I don't know. I'm big on things just aligning and happening. And I was just like, that's crazy. I was just like, I see you, Pharrell. We're going to talk.
Hey,
I'll remind you when we sit down. I'll be like, you know when you did your first LP?
I was there.
I was there in spirit. I streamed it, but I was in the city. I streamed it.
That's amazing.
Do you know what? This has been a really, really good conversation.
It has.
It's been a really good conversation. I actually was going to ask a question that I kind of feel like you touched on throughout the whole episode, which is about your legacy. Was that what you were going to ask as well?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say,
Do you feel like we need to? I kind of feel like you touched on it already.
No.
Okay, let's do quick fire for the last two questions.
No,
you got that one.
It's just that question.
No, we got another one.
Which is the other one?
Quick fire.
Okay,
Ask
a quick fire then.
No, you go ahead with your one. That's a quick fire.
No, the question was about the legacy.
Nigga, the legacy question is going to be a quick fire as well.
No, I don't want it to be.
Okay,
you ask your quick fire and then let's end it with the legacy.
Sorry.
Okay, my quick fire question then is, so one thing that we haven't spoken about is recently this year you also were commissioned or did some work for Davido.
Yep.
And the question that I want to ask is, obviously shout out to you and David, but who is one person who you'd want to create a piece for, or who's one person who you'd want them to own your art?
Own my art. That's a good one.
Thank you.
I think see, I'm do you know what? Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, so I'm gonna avoid the personal cliche ones. Let me go for someone who's major. I think wherever he is in the world, I don't have no connections with him, but because of how there's been moments in my art, I think Lagwaja.
Hey.
I would like to somehow just connect and I like to some people there's people that you personally have really think bigger than.
Yeah.
But they're not major or big
Yeah.
in terms of I look at Nigerian music, your Afrobeats and the influences and this and that, when you hear people talking about it and they talk about the fellas and the this and that, and I'm just sitting there screaming, Lagwaj, talk about my guy, put him in the mix, give him his flowers, So when Asake one time was talking about influence, he mentioned his name, I was like, I was like, let them know, because you don't want to be talking about the thises or the that's. I don't want to hear all shout out everyone, innit? Pasoma, Kingston, because as we become global, you don't want to lose heritage. Let people really understand, because I'll be talking to people, they'll be like, I'm a piano influence, this and that. I'll be like, Fuji, you know
where it's coming from.
Put let's
put some respect.
I'm more say it properly so people really know. So we just keep, because I want, like I said, not everyone who's great gets the reward and recognition
For real.
their greatness deserves.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if I have an opportunity to just give one person that in my lifetime, that's enough for me, innit? Regardless. If I'm able to shine light so that people really know, that person was the person, and I can get everyone to turn their head that way, I'll do it, innit? So I think that was just quite key. Beyond that, I just want to. I have so much dope people I just want to work with and collaborate. It will be more brands, I guess.
Okay.
If there's one brand, I'll think I don't want to say. I'll probably put it more in the legacy kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess it will be more. But if there's one person I would like to give a piece of art to, I'll say
That's a good one.
Okay.
That's a good one. So touch on legacy. So what do you see your legacy being?
I feel like my legacy will, I don't know. What do I want my legacy to be?
Yeah.
Rather than what I would want my legacy to be is, when it's all said and done, I want it to be very much captured almost in this. I came, I saw, I conquered.
Yeah.
If you know me, that when it's all said and done, that's really the saying I want to capture what I came into the world as in.
Yeah.
I came, saw,
and
I conquered.
Yeah.
So I want people, when I'm not here, I want people to be able to, you know what I mean? I brought something to the world that really impacted and influenced people's perspective. I really shaped how humanity moved in a good way.
Yeah.
In a positive direction. I read that level of contribution. I do think that, where it's think of the names. I don't care who you name. I'm that level. Think as big as you can in your world, in how you see things, and I'm thinking Apple level of disruption, of impact and influence, because how I see it is if I don't think like that, then who will?
Yeah.
It's true.
100%.
It's true.
You know what I mean? If I why does someone else have the right to think like that and I don't?
Yeah.
It's true.
And
100%.
there's nothing you can say to me that will make me think you're right.
100%.
So it's that type of legacy where it's I really touched people's lives, I really impacted and influenced the world. And I think the reason I'm confident enough to say is if you watch the Pharrell show, you know at the start they had the middle documentary.
Yeah.
I was talking, and I was watching, I was just that's something that I've struggled to deal with, where it's you're scared. I'm not scared of my own ambitions, and I don't want to say it out loud.
Bro.
You don't want to you don't want to admit
That's
it
it,
to
man.
yourself. deep down, you really do want more.
Yeah.
That's really what you want.
Yeah.
More. You want great. That's really like. It's not. I'm not talking fame, stardom, or whatever. I'm talking. You want to make a difference.
Yeah.
And you want people to know you made a difference. And my
Yeah.
legacy is, I want to make a difference. And I want people to know when it's all said and done, I made a difference. Like, and if you have to feel like that, like, really, I came, I saw, I conquered. And
100%.
so that's kind of
And
like.
it's kind of proving it to yourself as well.
Yeah.
My legacy. So
I love that.
I'm moving that direction, and I'm moving with that kind of enthusiasm and spirit and what I do and everything. And that's probably why, like, I guess, like, if you see me, you see how I work and you're around me, I take my shit seriously.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not playing with this. I don't mess around. I don't take it for granted. As much as that you might see me always laid back and chilled or whatever, that's nothing to do with
How you see
how
your
How
work
much
and
you,
everything.
yeah.
I don't play with it. And I put a lot into it. Like, I put my heart, soul, and spirit into really trying to move in that direction. Now more so, innit? And I think, slightly different. The only reason I say the legacy thing for your question is more like people I would want to, I think Margella, probably, like, something with them.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
And they've already got the pace back trainers. So.
Yeah.
That
All right,
sick.
now easy.
I think Margella, and if you look at, like, a lot of what I do, like, you probably see how the world and I think Margella, because I always say, like, if it comes to, like, they're like the only kind of big global fashion that I instinctively see myself. Like, I say to myself, I would love to, like, be you lot's creative director.
It will happen.
Oh, sick.
So I think Margella, like, Burberry's my favorite brand.
Yeah.
But if it's like synchronicity and everything aligning, I think me and Margella would be
It would
crazy.
just make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
No, I love that.
Fey, thank you
that.
so much. This has been a very good conversation.
This was I'm not gonna lie, eye-opening.
Yeah, very inspiring.
That's it. It was very inspiring. Very
It's learned a
inspiring.
lot about you too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learned a lot about you, man.
Because you don't be talking.
Yeah, and it's like,
No, I don't really get
you don't be
myself
talking.
out.
Yeah,
No
you see the
ways. I
hard
feel
work
like
stuff, but-
I'm very like. I just like I always tell people, like, people always say I'm very introverted, but I'm not like. I say being introverted doesn't. I don't have social anxiety.
Yeah.
And I can talk. Like, if you get into a conversation with me, like, I can stand up and get present. Like come at work, that's what I do. I talk to, like, editors of departments, directors. So it's different. It's more just getting me in a space where I can engage. I'm more like I said, I like people to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
If I go into space, I want everyone else to kind of
exactly.
Yeah.
because I know I'm gonna get mine.
Mm.
Like, regardless, I could sit there and chill and be quiet for a whole night, and everyone still remembers like my presence was there. So I'm cool. But in terms of putting my story and putting things out, there's more like it's only now.
Yeah.
Kind of got that into that space and got into that momentum. Before I was like, and even now, like, I'm still picking. I'm like, I don't really, like, people don't need to know.
No, 100%. And you should be picking and choosing as well. You should.
Because I like things to, like, and I think maybe this is what's lost in, like, the world a bit now. It's like when I say something, I want it to be heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want it to matter. I don't just want to say something to say.
Just for the sake of
like,
saying
people
it.
just talk now. Cause they like the sound of their own voice. Or something. But I feel like when I do this, the moments I talk, I want it to be like, okay, I feel like
it's
now it's
impactful.
it's gonna impact something rather than just talking to
bears.
talk.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
I completely hear that.
I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah.
So most of the time I'll just be chilled. But I'm like, okay, cool. Now I can kind of unpack and say what I need to say. So that's more or less what it is as well. I'm just like, because there's a lot of people who are always talking and
too much.
I'm like, you're
too
not
much.
Saying
Not really saying much. No, 100%.
You're not bringing nothing of value. So if I'm gonna talk, I want it to be like, okay, cool. Even if it's only 10 people.
Yeah.
That are gonna hear. I know them. Those 10 people.
They heard you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It made a difference.
I was saying big thank you, man.
So
big thank you for that.
No, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Just
anytime,
sharing
man.
everything, man.
Yeah.
Nah,
So
amazing.
anything you
This was
ever
a
need to
great
support.
episode.
Yeah, man. It was. And you know what? Like Toby was saying, we was just quickly talking about it on the episode. Yeah. So I was just quickly talking about it earlier, and we were saying that with what you said about how, like, right when you feel like you're about to, like, stop or give up or whatever, like a favor will come in or you'll hear something that will keep you going. And we were just saying, like, that's literally what it's been for
This
the
is
pod.
how our
like,
journey's been.
literally, we have tried to quit so many times, and
Bro.
like, literally like it will be. We'll say something on a Friday, Saturday night we'll all be going out. Someone will stop us at a club and be like, "Yo, keep doing what you're doing." So, like, this has definitely been an inspiring conversation for sure.
You see that stuff, like, it's so powerful. Where it's like,
when it comes at
you
the
probably
right
read my
time.
post that waving like the church service about,
Yeah.
purpose and all of those things. Like, I've always been self-aware and I kind of always known my purpose. And like I said, I've always been confident, but there's different types of confidence.
Yeah, 100%.
So I've not been this type of confident ever in my life. Myself. I've never, like, it's different. Like, I've always been cool and confident, like, never really intimidated, but the kind of persevere, I think the first is find what's yours.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I'd say. Like, find what's yours. Once you find what's yours and you really know what's yours, there's no room to kind of falter and to quit. You can have bad,
100%.
like, bro, people don't, like, I have that every other day. I tell people, literally, I probably wake up every day thinking, I don't want to do this because it's not giving me what I want. Because one thing in life is, true to even my nature, I want my readies now.
Look, we're always saying it.
Like,
so, this is the time for me to be enjoying right now.
So, like, don't think I'm like I'm Mr. Trust the process, but boy, if I can get
look for real
now, right now, today.
Like,
but if it don't come, it don't come.
Yeah.
So what I try to do now is, like, I wake up, and I think I was even on the phone with my friend yesterday, and I said that I'm gonna start waking from yesterday. I done this one. I'm gonna wake up here, and I'm gonna go in my notes, and I'm just gonna write, today's the day.
Powerful.
Because literally, my first, I don't want to wake up thinking, I want to wake up thinking, do you know what? Today
is the day.
It's going to happen. Because where I genuinely feel right now is, I feel like any day
can be that day.
Can be that day for me. Because
100%.
I think I've done so much. I've got so much ready. Like, I'm crazy. Like, if you say you're going to put me in anywhere, any fashion house or whatever, I'll say to you, I'm ready. I'll say put me there.
Put me there. Yeah, you've done it.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
Because I look around, I'll say, you put them there.
Yeah.
How dare you? if you can put the supermodel we spoke about at the start.
Yeah.
Not Naomi.
Look, we was even talking about Future at
Lovers.
So you know what I mean? It's like, why not? Because I think one part I left with is like, now what I advocate is failing forward.
Yeah.
And giving people the platform and luxury to fail forward.
Yeah. A lot of companies and brands need to allow that to happen too.
Yeah. Because in our community, when you're black and you're young and you're doing, and we even do it to each other.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as.
Where I'm like, I'm not critical.
Yeah.
Because
any little thing,
you should have the confidence to, like, fail forward.
Make mistakes.
Make mistakes, because it's not always gonna be perfect.
Right.
It's not gonna be perfectly executed.
Right.
Like, to me, of course, I'm pissed. I've strictly speaking, I haven't dropped nothing for art, not fashion in 2023.
Wow.
People don't even realize it. I've actually not dropped anything. I've just been working and doing whatever. To some people, that's reason to fail. And do you know what I mean? But and through all of that, like, the whole that to me, that's a failure. But guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna fall forward and roll forward and say that, do you know what? I am gonna drop in the end. And when I dropped, and sometimes the failure gives me time to refine and to rethink and new ideas to come up with. Like, this is what happened,
innit? That's what happens.
But it's just failing forward and surrounding yourself with people who buy into that as well.
Yeah,
sure. They just encourage, and that's where you get, like, that strength of, like, okay, cool, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep doing this, because you don't think of failure as, like, stopping. You don't think because it's not going your way. It's just cool. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna try things. It's just part of the process. And, like, it's like, I prefer, like I always say, I talk more with people on my journey and on my level, innit? So to my own detriment, half and half a bit, I don't do, like, mentorships, and I don't network all of this, all of that. Like, I'll just kind of, I'm in the trenches, and I'll be fucking with people in the trenches. We're going through it, and we're all having those moments where I'm like even to what I'll say to my own, like, I'll be honest enough, like, sometimes I'll be sitting and I post the painting Dave bought. That painting, when I posted it and he responded to it and hit me up, got no retweets or likes.
Wow.
And I sold it for, at my level, first ever painting for 4 figures.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, mad.
I didn't have 1,000 followers on Instagram or nothing when I got the New Balance deal.
Yeah.
I got it because the person who's around Bukayo was the neighbor of one of my closest friends.
Yeah, man.
When my closest friend comes to my house, he'll post my art, and he'll just say that my friend the artist, my friend the artist. Bro's got him on Snap. He's seen one of the paintings, the painting of the cross.
Oh man.
The figure sitting saint. He's seen it. He likes the painting. So he said he's into art or whatever.
And that's just how
He's
it
hit
happened.
me up, DM me saying he wants to pay. But as we're talking, we see we have interest. He likes watches and wines. I like watches and wines and that type of. And just being, you know what I mean? Like
just authentic,
like-
organic.
Like mine, yeah,
So he's
yeah.
hit me up, blah blah blah. Long story short, couple like
And
that.
that's how that's happened.
That plays come to play. He's seen of my other work, things that some stuff that I'd even put on Instagram because I was just thinking it doesn't get any interaction,
Yeah.
not gonna get any emotion or anything like that. So I don't post it. That's a lack of confidence. That's lack of faith.
Yeah.
I've not put it out. So that opportunity's come. Like I said, I've got a small platform, but I've probably made more money off art and or anything that some people have thousands of followers.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Man, a whole lot of gems.
This is the word, motion. You just have
Yeah.
to keep
Yeah,
going.
man.
So I
Yeah.
tell people, like, it's motion. Like, if you have strong faith in it, keep persevering,
Yeah.
keep pushing. Like, don't watch nothing.
Yeah.
When it goes,
It goes.
Yeah.
it goes, innit? And everyone's journey is different. Some people's you
Right.
don't want your life to be top heavy anyway.
Yeah.
You don't want to peak at 20.
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
there's a whole load of life left to live.
Well, yeah, facts.
So sometimes you gotta take a nugget in that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, boy, you might have to just keep it cool
Yeah.
and peak at the right time. So that
Yeah.
when you do peak, you've learned a lot. You've gone through a lot so
Mm.
that you can actually stay there.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so I look at some of my life, like in the last year, I took some L's.
Mm.
But the lessons I learned from those L's, I'm like, damn, it's a good thing you weren't at the top before.
Yeah.
'Cause that would've been long,
Yeah, 'cause it would have been a long
If
day.
you had to learn those things when you were out there,
Yeah, you'd be finished.
Long.
hey, this life is not easy. And on that note, thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Hey, big love, man.
Thank you,
Thank you, man.
thank you.
Really do
Right.
appreciate you.
This has been a very, very inspiring conversation.
It has
I feel
been.
like there's
It
lots
has.
to take away, and if you made it to the end of the podcast, you are a real one. But
Yeah,
honestly,
man.
I just think there's just been so much that we've gained today. So Fey, thank you again. Fey, where can we find you on socials? Where can we find
Yep.
your art? Tell us.
So like stay balanced _ Do you know what? Just type stay balanced and everything.
Okay.
Do you
I
know
feel-
what? You're,
I
you're,
feel
you're
like
a lucky one that
that's
you can
my
actually do
trademark.
that. You know?
You got that. You got
I'm
that.
not gonna lie. When I even first came across your Instagram, and I saw Stay Balanced, I was like,
Oh, this is
such
cold.
a sick name.
Yeah.
So sick,
Sorry.
innit?
They-
Hey, they flamed me on Twitter recently, like a month ago. That's why I stopped having opinions. Someone woke up and they said, "Mr. Stay on balance." You hurt my feelings.
Wow.
You hurt my feelings. I was just trying to spread the positive word by telling everyone to stay in balance. But nah, I'm joking. But anyway, yeah. Nah, you know, that's so funny as well. When I go out places, I've been places, they're like, "Oh, you're Stay." I'm like, listen, my name's there.
I like it though.
I'm actually
Oh,
not
stay
cute.
balanced.
My name's not a
Yeah.
secret. Like, you can actually call
Hey,
my
yo, stay
name.
balanced.
But
No,
they
but you know,
call-
the name is so
Nah, it's a good name.
it's such a good name.
good
Yeah,
name.
I could never change it. There was one point I was like, because just before my exhibition, innit, I was like, should I change it to my name, Fey?
Yeah.
But I said, nah, man, drink
Nah,
champagne pappy.
bro.
I said, everyone knows who champagne
know who
pappy
it
is.
is.
I said trademark there. That's another one of my trademarks.
Nah, I like that view.
Listen, I'm an entrepreneur.
Hey.
I do.
That's
I
it,
do.
man.
Faye, thank you so much for stopping by, guys. This has been Hype and Then Some, episode 132. You know
Yeah,
where to
man.
find us. Hype and Then Some on all socials. We're on Threads now. That's
Yeah,
a
we are.
thing.
Well, we've made it now.
Yeah.
didn't even
It's
know
up. It's up. It's up. By the time this episode is live, it will be up in Jesus' name.
Yeah, man.
Praise God. Faye, thank you again
Thank
for
you, bro.
joining,
Thank you so
and thank
much.
you for the goodies. We appreciate them. Yeah, this sample 101 here. I don't know if I should done this. Soon come to
Not
you
serious.
soon. Don't know. All right then, guys. MET, do we have any other business?
This is episode 132. Thank you so much.
Yep.
And yeah, man, this is Hype and Then Some, and we're out.